streaming.
All right.
Damn it.
Um,
I'm sure I backed it up. I just don't know.
we're probably gonna have to do a pretty comprehensive recap from the last time that we played.
I inspired True Prophecy by cutting open my guts, and now we're going to Widdershins to interrupt their city council for the people in Biss.
That's pretty good. That's not bad. Let's get just a wee bit more context of, like, what city we're in and why we're here, just in case, to be fully encompassing.
Also, no one started with last time on D&D.
Last time on D&D. That's right.
Last time on D&D.
Nice. Yeah, so that's all true. Little bigger picture things is that we are in the city of Karmaga looking for the Shard of Greed. Is it Greed? I think
Gluttony.
it's Greed.
No,
Gluttony.
Not
No?
Gluttony. Gluttony is the last one.
thought it was
Whatever
Greed.
the Necromancy one is. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It might be Gluttony.
No, Gluttony is like the last one, I think.
Anyway, we're looking for a shard. So we got to the city, going through the pass, in which rubble broke open, and we fought 3 Sugathi, which is so as far as the campaign's going, it's my least favorite number of Sugathi that we've encountered.
True that. Big disagrees heartily.
Vignis almost died. Well, she kind of died and then was
She
resurrected.
absolutely did die, but only for a split second.
But I got better.
She got better.
So that was pretty fun. Then we went into the city, and we got razzed by a couple trolls, which we disemboweled, but we let go away. We met with the trolls, like Aaron said, and he had a whole...
Oh, yeah.
Spiritual moment.
Yeah, what's it called when you cut yourself open? Not augury. Is augury?
Augury. Or respects.
Gluttony is Necromancy, yes.
Seppuku.
It is Gluttony.
Okay. That makes sense to me because you eat the dead or something.
Huh.
That's weird.
I mean, not in this world.
Is that
Is that how necromancy works?
I never thought about the fact that we only eat things that are dead.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Except
and-
for like live octopi that you eat in Japan, which I will not do.
Oh yeah, but then they sometimes lay eggs in your mouth, and that's weird.
You can-
Okay,
You
what?
can eat live plants.
Can you?
Yeah.
Look at
When you-
horses when they munch on the grass.
True, but we're not horses.
munch
Well,
on the
actually,
grass.
they do kill the grass. Horses kill the grass before they eat it. They don't swallow it.
Yeah, they're super humane, or horse-bane.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good recap. I can't think of any. Oh, we talked to. Let me pull up my notes. I forgot about that. We talked to some of the people on the Emberkin Guard or
Dusk
whatever it was
Wardens?
called.
Dusk Wardens?
Dusk Wardens. There
Dusk
we go.
Wardens?
Emberkin Guard?
I mean, it's whatever.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's the first words that came to my mind when thinking about them.
Aren't those like the vampire-y fucks who float up above and we snarked at?
Maybe?
Nope.
I don't remember.
We have to deposit the hand in a box somewhere that we have. Okay, so list to do in Karmaga. Talk about joining the Dusk Wardens, which we already sort of did. They told us to, I think, chill out. Was that what it was?
The Dusk Wardens?
Yeah, what did the Dusk Warden tell us? Because I know we left from the Dusk Warden.
They told us to
that's-
fuck with the people in Widdershins and that we can be Dusk Wardens
Oh,
if
the
we
town-
want.
Oh, that's right. That was our task.
Yeah, and that we can be
Um,
Dusk Wardens if we want, but we didn't really want to, basically.
So Dusk Wardens are the police of the underground, but that's about all they control. Otherwise, everyone's free to do what they want. But there are a couple gangs in the city. There's the Trolls. There's the Clockwork people,
Ardox.
Ardok family, or whatever. They have clockwork stuff apparently. And then there's another one who I forget probably.
Maybe. Hard to say. We'll find out.
Let's see. Drop off the box that the last Tower Girl gave us. There's the Child Goddesses mystery. Yep, and our main goal is to rub the Wittershin Citizens Council the wrong way. From
So I'm missing all
Paul.
my lines from the guy who's supposed to be your guide.
Yeah.
Apparently they're on a computer or a hard drive that I just have sitting over there and not plugged in appropriately.
So what you're saying is we finally get a respite from that asshole.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Aw.
From
I liked him.
Mommy.
Cheers, Gov.
Gavnali, I think was his name.
3.
He was.
Name's Gav.
Gavnali. Yeah, and here we are.
I think we were actually fucking around and going to Hospice and Uncarte to pick up Haley's weapon before we stewed up violence.
Oh, that's right.
That makes sense. Also in Uncarte, I don't think I necessarily have to get it right now, but also in Incarte, I was planning on buying a Doom Harp, which is pretty.
A dark?
DARP for short. Let's not call it that, please.
late.
Oh no.
The damage.
All right. So yeah, let's go pick up that
Mhm.
axe. I assume it's that.
Speaking of not having your
So yeah,
notes.
I think when we left, you were standing in the middle of the road.
Wow, it feels like we've been here for 3 weeks.
Yeah. Time passes differently here.
It's a weird sensation. Anyone else feel that? Just in the air? Just me? Oh, okay.
Just you, Danny.
So yeah, you had left the troll augers and had decided that messing with the Wittershin Citizens Council was totally a good idea.
We did come to that conclusion, didn't we?
Oh yeah,
There-
definitely.
I mean, they're punks, and so they deserve to be messed with, but
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I mean, they should be able to stand a little bit of japery.
well, listen, if they can stand a little bit of japery, then they're in for a rueful time with us.
Oh yeah, the reason we were supposed to rub them is because they stopped paying the desk wardens or
Did they?
something. Yeah.
Oh, those jerks.
Yeah.
Don't they know what the desk wardens do?
Just to clarify, the arrangement is not and has never been that they pay them. It's if the desk wardens ask for help, you just give it.
Oh right. Yeah, they stopped giving help to the desk wardens.
Yeah, we're like super busy this Friday, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to like help those sort of assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess along the way to get the axe, we should figure out a concise way to pester them into, I guess helping out, which is a weird way to pester, a weird direction to pester towards, but that's fine.
Notably, we have to not tell them we're affiliated with the Dusk Wardens because we
Oh.
aren't technically.
And we've never lied
Without a
before.
cause.
Never lied before,
Never
ever.
even once.
Not once.
Okay.
Okay, so walk in to get Haley's axe. Walk.
So as you're walking, you are you see the throng of people up ahead, being sort of pushed to one side or making way for something that you can't quite see. And then in another couple of seconds, it's on you. There's a cart of corpses taking up most of the street, being pushed by 2 hooded, gloved servitors so that you can't see any part of their body.
Hey, how's that smell?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Huh.
But they're being followed by a portly man who is performing the job of collar as the cart walks through the streets.
Bring out your dead.
It's bring out your dead,
Yes.
but he's also saying fair coin for your dead, fair coin for your dead. And other things which are kind of making it clear that, if it's not particularly owned, he'll take it.
Do the the hooded figures look or sound a little skeletal?
Yep. There's a distinctive click in that one's knee that means he does not have arthritis, but
Also does not have
Also,
skin.
no tendons.
yeah.
Interesting.
Beaufort,
Haley,
do you have any?
no.
Do you have any stash? No. Okay.
You guys get to one side, push past.
I get to one side and talk to Vigdis. I'm like, hey, don't you have that skull on you still? Do you want to see if they're interested in the skull of a Hydra?
Absolutely not. Don't you see my totally sweet backpack? Why would I ever give that up?
Alternatively,
Fair point.
you could have a talking Hydra skull.
But wouldn't you? Yeah, exactly.
Hail
Wouldn't you
Hydra.
Yeah,
Rude.
Hail Hydra skull.
Great, you made me spill water all over my shirt, you jerk.
I don't have any dead bodies on me. It was just a shot in the dark that Beaufort might have a dozen or two. But
No, I can't carry shit.
I thought you said I can't part with them.
That too.
Yeah. Wait, no, you have a bag of holding, don't you?
I do.
So you can carry stuff.
But if you have a spare body somewhere,
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Definitely the one with the most experience in these matters.
Hmm.
But yeah, no bodies for
Make
now.
lots of assumptions about X's life.
Now, are they just collecting or are they selling as well? Sort of like trading. Swap me.
yeah, he'll sell.
How much is that one? And I point to a nondescript body.
That one,
Oh.
you don't want that.
All bloody? You don't want all bloody.
Oh no.
But yeah, 100 gold, no problem.
Gold, but he's missing half his
Oh,
face.
bloody there.
Isn't that a discount if you're missing half a face?
Oh, you don't want to. Look, if you're making zombies, you want a different grade than this. This is skeleton grade.
Okay. Fleshless, I gotcha. Also, is that offensive to
It's
your?
not fleshless, but look at him.
Useless flesh.
Okay. Look at him. He's already skin and bone. Okay. I'll pass. Thank you. Just
Good to know. Thank you.
just window shopping.
Well, if you run across any merchandise you'd like to trade, we're offering trade-ins, trade-ups, trade-downs.
Trade-ups!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I wonder what the
We offer amortization.
Oh my god.
He kind of punctuates a mortization.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
got
pretty
it.
good.
I hate it so much.
Thanks. Pretty good.
Are any of the other crowd interacting with the cart? Is there like any public interest in selling bodies right here?
Well, he is stopped right now because he just picked up a relatively fresh old man.
Who did I see who was dropping off the body?
Yep, an old woman.
Oh.
She basically called from the edge of the street, and the two skeletons.
Now is she frowning or is she like kind of chipper about this?
Well, when she was standing in the street, she was holding a relatively large sack of coin,
Okay.
and the caller has many more relatively large sacks of coin. But you're guessing she just picked up, another small lifetime worth of money.
Okay.
I mean,
She's
she's old.
old.
How much time does she have left?
Yeah, like 2 silver.
That's a good life insurance policy. Sell your dead,
Right.
and cash out.
Death insurance policy. Okay. Neat.
I stand back
So-
and let the cart pass.
Yeah. All right. Pretty quickly, the cart is moving again once there's clearly no business to be done.
Mhm.
And on by. And where's my map? Camelon map.
It's on the main
Dude, I
page.
believe in you.
Yeah. Did I? Oh, I don't think I've revealed. No, that's
No,
later.
you have the whole thing revealed.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you make your way back through Cavalcade, through the hammer and anvil thrash and bang of all of the watermills making their way.
Oh my god, I really wish that was an inn. The inn's name.
Thrash and bang.
Well, the Cavalcade of Thrash and Bang is
Yeah.
my band name.
That's a fucking great band name.
Nice. Back over to the bottoms, where all of the freemen have laid their claims.
But what about the free women?
So a lot of people sitting on porch steps and eyeing you up. It's distinctly pretty human here. And finally back to Tar Heel Promenade and all of the workshops and artificery and craftsmen. And back to pick up Vigdis's battle axe.
Yeah.
Because it is time.
Old battle axe for my old battle axe.
Mm-hmm. And you step once more up to the startlingly clean workshop at which she had registered that she wanted to get an upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget what upgrade you requested.
It is. I
Was
actually
it-
wrote it down
was it
in my
clean?
character sheet. And my character sheet is super small because I'm only on one monitor here. Give me 2
I
seconds.
know, we need to get like 6 monitors yesterday.
I know, and just like mount them on the wall. It'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
It is an adamantine battle axe of impact.
Impact, that's
Ooh.
right.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah,
make quite
so
the impact.
You step up to the super clean countertop and the super clean workshop, and says, "Yep, it's ready. Here you go, Kathunk, adamantine battle axe."
Marvelous. Pretty sure I already paid looking at my cash, but
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Hums with a strange new energy.
I hug it.
Yes.
Aw.
Plant a nice kiss on it.
Uh-huh.
Say hi, baby. I missed you.
A residual bit of charge off and
Woo!
kind
You're a
of-
spicy broad.
kind of thing. Oh, that might happen for a couple of days. The workshops just got a lot of loose energies floating around up there,
I
you know.
grin like an idiot. I'm so pleased.
Well, always a pleasure doing business. Thank you for choosing.
I shake your hand heartily.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. This is brilliant.
no problem. Consider us for repeat business.
Will do.
Nice. And yeah,
Cool. I'm ready for some hack and slashy playtime, which we're definitely going to engage in with the town council. Obvious.
The shitter wins.
It's a good one. Is there?
I
is,
hate it.
Is there a Staples around? Can we just put those posters up?
Staples.
Oh my god!
No,
and that's how to get on their bad side. Shitter wins.
Shitter wins. Good luck getting people to stop saying that.
Oh yeah. Only we had a bard who could help us spread the word of shitter wins.
Yeah. Good at spreading messages.
Managed.
Yeah, this is a good time to talk about what we might want to do. That's a good idea. We could just knock on people's doors and
Have you
Ask them
heard the good
firmly but
news of
politely.
shitter wins?
Hmm?
Nothing. Continue.
Okay.
Have you heard the good news? Yeah.
Of shitter wins.
Of Shitterwin.
Yeah, we could try to
Oh
convert.
my god, I hate this so much.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh
good.
Love
man,
it.
Haley and I ran into American Mormons today. Or yesterday.
How?
Well,
Apparently they send them fucking everywhere,
Well-
even to Finland.
Well, aren't like the only Mormons American? Like that's the only people I can see resounding with the idea that like Jesus was American.
Yeah, that's a good
no,
point.
Well, there's also space Jesus, and there's dinosaur.
Of course.
Right. Fair.
There's
Those are-
so many Jesuses, guys. So many.
Jesus.
I mean, they have a whole theology around this stuff.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Mormons have a theology.
Well,
Yeah, what a
around
guess.
space and raptor Jesus. Although they haven't clarified whether he's in fact a raptor or what type of dinosaur he was.
Probably. Oh, what's Lambosaurus? Get it?
Mm.
Ha.
The name of that shop that you're standing around outside of is called the Wheel Unbroken.
Nice.
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 Do they have any tongues?
Yeah, that's what they cater to. Anyone in any language.
Basically, cool story, bro.
Is there a music shop? We're in Uncarte, right?
Yes.
I might as well get this over with. Is there a music shop nearby?
Or no, you're in Tar Heel Promenade.
Oh,
You haven't
never
gone
mind
to-
then. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just go through Hospice.
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 Hose spice. Wow.
Ho spice. I love it.
And let's go knock on some doors and shitter wins.
Mhm.
All right. You make your way back into hospice, and the streets become suddenly much wider, much less busy, and the shop fronts are suddenly much more inviting. You know, there's a lot more palanquins. There's a lot more shady corners. There's a lot more magical light effects.
Now that
And of
we're
course, overseeing everything are the various perches of the vampire police.
that's what I was gonna ask. Now that it's daylight, are
Oh,
there
that's
still
the other
vampires?
faction. That's right. Vampires, trolls, and people.
Rich
I think. Maybe.
traders.
Probably the rich. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we need anything in hospice, so we just amble on through.
Mhm. So the vampires are still out in daylight, or because hospice has the big roof, does it not matter?
Yeah, hospice has big sections of roof. It doesn't matter. Matter of fact, everything has a roof, with the exception of. Oh, right. No. The stuff in the center of the ring doesn't have a roof. Highside Stacks is the only area here that has like proper roof, but there's so much like random stuff that the light filtering in isn't strong.
Okay.
Almost all of the lighting, even in the open air center area, is, you know, of magical origin.
Okay.
Did we leave our palanquin behind in Biss?
I assume that ran its course.
Good
Because-
question. Unclear where the palanquin has gone.
We
Here, I
must have
got
left
it.
it behind then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say, here, I got this, and I clap twice. Look around expectantly.
Yep, palanquin shows up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does
Apparently been following you very subtly at some point.
Hi there. 1 second.
Ethan's talking to his dad now, who's probably going like, "Hey, you want to go to the seafood buffet?"
Seafood
say.
buffet, sure thing, Dad.
Seafood buffet sounds like a really bad idea.
Yeah, I can't imagine a faster way to get food poisoning.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what Sky said. I'm just like, yeah, I read Anthony Bourdain's book. Yeah, definitely not. Sounds terrible. But yeah. Anyway, so we got the
Anyway.
palanquin.
It's Ethan's health. He can make his own bad decisions.
I guess so. It's like a family event though. Like, question mark?
You know, like when Dad says, "Let's go to the Chinese buffet."
Yeah.
Also,
But
I
also-
want Chinese food.
Dad's never gonna be disappointed if you say no. I don't want to go to the Chinese buffet.
Yeah, but maybe Ethan really wants some Chinese buffet, except seafood. Remember back when you were a college student and you were like, a buffet? That's the best kind of food.
Mm-mm.
I don't remember ever thinking
Can't
that.
say I
though.
ever did.
No? Okay, well.
I remember thinking
Sounds like
free
a you
pizza.
thing, Aubrey.
I remember free pizza. That was good.
I hate
Pizza buffet is a different thing than a seafood buffet, though. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that point really needs to be driven home.
Sky loves buffets apparently in D&D chat.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah. Can't say I'm a fan.
Depends how bougie it is.
I've been to an Indian buffet once. That was interesting.
I've had tasty Indian buffet food. That's true.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, it depends on the kind of food. Some foods lend themselves to buffets more easily than others.
Mm-hmm. Pizza, Indian food, pasta, not seafood.
Yeah. I think we can all agree seafood's probably the worst type of food that should be in a buffet. Or to be in a buffet.
Also, barbecue. Ooh, I should make.
Barbecue, you can have like a grill off, like a competition.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a good way to do a barbecue buffet.
Ice cream buffet.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I just got back. What?
We're talking about buffets.
We're talking about how bad of an idea a seafood buffet is.
Yeah, probably a bad idea.
But
Wait, no, it depends on what you want to do it for. For example, if you want to make everyone really sick and uncomfortable, then
Great
the seafood
idea.
buffet, yes, absolutely. Sorry, were we putting on a seafood buffet in Widdershins?
no.
Okay, I was gonna say
Well,
the
that's a
import of-
great way to make it shitter wins, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a good
Yeah.
idea. We should go as the catering guild and be like, hey,
Oh my god.
hey, someone ordered all the seafood.
No, we're crossing the streams.
Let's serve exclusively seafood and frozen yogurt.
Oh god, ew, gross. I hate. Oh, ugh. Ugh. I don't like that at all. Nope. Mm-mm.
I mean, not mixed together, unless you want to get fancy.
That's not no. Mm. All right, anyway, moving on.
Anyway, we just ordered the palanquin arrival.
Yes, Palanquin arrives, hanging out in the hospice, trying to figure out where to go. I just remembered from last session, there was still more to do pestering trolls. We didn't get super far into those conversations because it was the end of the night.
Oh, didn't we?
I don't think so. I have a lot more dialogue over there.
Oh, shit.
So either you guys
Okay.
just didn't press very far, or we were hurried.
What's I don't know.
Is that like, this is a little bit meta, but is that relevant to the Widdershin stuff?
I mean, no, probably not.
No, the Widdershin stuff is a side quest you got from the
The Dusk Wardens.
Dusk Wardens.
I say, because we're, in a palanquin going towards Widdershins. I say let's just continue with the Widdershins plotline, and then we can wrap up the trolls. But that's just me.
Okay.
Alright.
Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. Okay,
Sounds good.
so just a recap. We're supposed to shake things up with the Widdershins Council to sort of like send them a warning to listen to the Dusk Wardens.
Yes.
And rub them the wrong way.
Okay. Rub them the wrong way.
Or I think the exact words were, like release some chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're
Or
really good
I
at
have the
that.
exact words right here.
can we talk with a couple of people from Wittershins to get like a like we talked with the one guy in the guard, but I kind of want to just get a feel for what the Wittershins people are all about.
The Winter Shinnies, remember?
Yeah.
You are to arrange a quote reminder incursion for that bourgeoisie council.
Okay.
Reminder
Well,
incursion?
when does the council convene?
Good question.
We should start there. All right.
Or
We
20.
take the Palanquin towards Wittershins.
Yeah.
With presumably another set of claps from Danny.
Yeah. While we're going there, Danny talks about, can we like sell these guys to the cart? Is that okay?
What if we kill these people?
Well, they're already no. I'm talking about the skeletons carrying the Palanquin.
Oh,
No?
I don't think you own them.
I think they're under someone
Well,
else's.
how do they
law.
know?
I think skeletons can have mild free will.
Well,
No, that's not true. Skeletons.
Well,
But
fine.
I mean, are they just regular skeletons or are they a lich?
That's true. If they're fucking liches.
yeah. If we have a lich-powered Palanquin,
I think we've got bigger problems if we have a lich-powered palanquin.
yeah.
The witch.
Yeah. What time would they convene ish? Would we know that?
No, we're taking the Palanquin to Wittershins.
Okay.
Away.
So, trot. All across hospice, looking out through the slats at all the riffraff who were on foot. And pretty soon you find yourself at the edge of Wittershins. The neat little home rows forming a distinct green suburbia with surprisingly little cloud cover or overhanging obstruction on each of the gigantic villas that comprise most of Wittershins. A little too uniform in shape and construction, and a little too well painted and well manicured. Their small patches of lawn.
Okay. So whatever we should
Are-
do, it should probably be public, right? So like
Mhm.
a lot of people see it.
Are we stopped by a guard at the border of Wittershins?
Yes.
Before we cause public mayhem, do we want to make even a little bit of an attempt to disguise our identities so
Yes,
it's not
yes.
totally obvious,
yeah.
like moving forward? Okay.
No, nah.
No?
Fuck it. Whatever. We can
Alright,
always.
you
we
got
can,
the rogue.
we can always wear disguises
You're
when we
good at
come
that.
back, right?
But like, okay.
No.
But what if there's somebody who sees us here and then like that screws us over later?
All right.
Just enough, like, do
Yeah.
your hair in a different way or like
Fair
not
enough.
wear your insane Beaufort outfit.
Fine.
I'm just trying to help, man.
I think it makes a lot of sense to disguise our identities.
Yeah.
You never know when it's going to come back and bite you in the ass otherwise.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Danny puts her hair up in a bun and starts applying makeup, like a lot of makeup, to assume her Fanny character.
Ah,
Yeah.
Fanny again.
It's good. It's good. Are you rolling for us, or do we have to roll our own?
You have to roll your own, but then she can give you a +5.
Danny, will you please help?
I didn't know that.
That'd be an X thing to help with.
X,
I
will
don't
you
think-
please help?
Yes, of course. Do I have to roll for everybody?
Because only part of disguise is, hair and makeup, right? The rest
Oh,
is like
baby.
taking a lip.
29.
Yeah.
Oh, for getting used to.
God fucking
And then-
damn it!
Alright, bruv, we got some cavalry here.
So I take special time to help Vigdis.
Yeah.
I am- Big diss. Oh, big diss.
Big-
I use Rancers instead of axes.
Yeah. What you guys can just take 20, right? Is
All right.
Sure.
No, I think 6 is perfect.
Hmm.
This is great. No one will ever know.
Right. So everyone else shows up with a good disguise pretty quickly, and then Vigdis, everyone spends forever
Vigdis.
doting on her. Okay.
Like, no.
maybe
Laugh
No,
like.
it's fine.
Yeah, that laugh.
Aristocrat laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Look,
Okay.
I undid my braids, I put on a little bit of eyeliner, and I've got this Rancer. Like,
Well, what do you want from me?
what do you want?
Fair enough. So when we're inevitably stopped by the Wittershin guards, I say we're in a. I say something more eloquent than we're in a palanquin. Let us through.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the more elegant version of that is like obviously we're here
Yeah.
because obviously we're a means. And then, yeah, he's like, okay, well, yeah, you're pretty obvious if you are here to start trouble. Yeah, have fun.
We don't do anything subtle.
That's fair. Okay, and we
He's like,
proceed
"Okay,
through. I say, one more thing before we go. Which way to the city council?
City. Oh, there's no such
Or
thing as
town council?
Wittershin's Council.
Wittershin's
you
council.
want- I'm not a guide.
Fuck! Where's
I flip him a silver. No, gold.
where's
Okay,
what's
you
his
flip
face?
him a gold, and his eyes go a little wide, and he's like, "Oh, you're looking for the People's Chambers, of course.
Yeah.
That would be that grandiose hall on top of that small hill over there."
Thank
Weird.
And he
Could have never
points at it.
guessed.
Okay.
They're open from dawn to dusk.
Mush skeletons.
As he smiles wide and sinks his teeth into the gold piece.
I didn't realize that you were talking like I thought you were talking about like swamp skeletons for a second, Aaron. I was like, what?
What mush
Because of the
skeletons?
mush
Oh, like
fens.
mush
The mush
fens?
fens,
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but that's good. Okay. Alright. To the building. Away.
All right. So as you wind your way through the broad and well-cobbled streets,
Hmm.
you make your way to the People's Chambers, which is that really obvious structure right there, right under the second D in Witter.
Second.
Second. Right. And just before you get there, off your right, you see 3 horses at a farrier's shop, and then you kind of look a little bit closer and you realize that's not a guy standing next to 3 horses. That's 2 horses and a centaur, all kind of waiting to be shod.
Are the horses with the centaur?
Unclear. I mean, there are other people in the street and hanging around, and
I'm debating kink shaming this centaur.
Hey, it could be his cousins. Calm down.
All right, cool.
That's even worse.
I'm pretty yeah, even worse. Now it's incest and bestiality. Probably.
Oh, this is a conversation I don't want.
Yeah, I'd say other humanity, but that doesn't apply here.
So yes, now you are standing in front of the People's Chambers, which it's very clearly marked and a freshly painted sign. It's overly sharp in detail, the kind of thing that people who don't have better things to worry about would fuss over endlessly.
Okay. Are we sort of going to address the council or leave a message?
Well, right now you're at the
No, I'm
bottom.
talking about the party. About what, like, our... sort of goal is.
I mean, they said incursion, which is like
Yeah,
an in.
sort of an like an
I
incident.
say we take these 2 horses and centaur, pay them, and then unleash them in city council, labeled 1, 2, and 4.
I love it. I love it so much.
What's the maximum amount of dogs you can summon, Bofer?
Like per day or in a certain time span?
Certain time span.
Can you summon pigs?
I don't know. I think the max, if I get lucky, is 5 every 6 seconds.
Okay. How many swarms of monkeys can you summon?
I don't do swarms, I don't think.
But what if
Okay.
we need a
Call a
swarm?
group of monkeys. A barrel? How many barrels of monkeys can you summon?
How many barrels of monkeys can you summon?
True, actually.
Troop Aubrey would like to supply.
I can summon as many rats as I can ponies, as many dogs. Or eagles. Or poisonous frogs.
Ooh, eagles would be fun.
Yay! I can summon bloody human skeletons.
Well, that's. I
Oh,
feel like
they're
that's.
used to that around here.
Yeah,
That
that's
would
a
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
bit of a norm.
As like an alternative, which means that's a spell I need to look for while I'm here, because someone probably has that information.
Is it actually peachy?
It is peachy. I got a can of peach Coke.
Nice.
Whoa. Poke.
I need to get that bloody human skeleton summoned.
That's weird. I don't like it. Mm-mm. Bleh. Oh, bleh.
It tastes like someone dissolved a bunch of those little peach rings from the movie theater in a
Yep.
can of Coke.
That
Yeah.
sounds sugary.
Sounds
Yeah.
bad.
No, it's sugar free, which is also part of the problem.
Oh yeah, it also.
Weird.
Ew.
What?
What? I wanted to try peach Coke more than I cared about the fact that it was a Coke Zero.
That's fair.
Bleh.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So, I guess let's just go in for now.
Well, hang on. What was the point that you were trying to make, Alex? About the incursion?
Oh, it's just like that word indicates like invasion or attack.
Yeah, that I think that
Which
means
is aggressive.
Yeah, I think that means make a scene rather than
Yeah.
you know.
Well, plus we also have to like drive home the message of, you know, you should support the Dusk Wardens without being, you know, quite that explicit about, hey, this is totally a message from the Dusk
Oh, could
Do
we?
the Dusk Wardens have like a symbol?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
It's
It's
probably
the
on.
Golden Arches.
Yeah, it's probably on that thing I have.
Well, if we
Golden
really want to
Arches.
drive home the point of the Dusk Warden's importance, should we like present a
Paint.
threat from the underground?
I think that we should paint a picture of the Dusk
Ooh.
Warden symbols
Wait,
with our 1, 2, 4.
didn't you
I
have
think
that?
you might be onto something there.
Didn't you have that corpse of that?
No,
Oh,
I wanted it, but it was too heavy.
damn! All right, we should go back, grab the corpse, and then throw it on their city council.
There's no way they're gonna let us into the tunnels, and I'm pretty sure they already began the cleanup effort.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, let's just go in.
Okay.
Okay,
Wait, hold on. So, how many barrels of monkeys are you summoning?
right?
None yet.
But
We'll
you can't.
we'll see where where it goes.
Okay, so we're
We
just
can
gonna.
always escalate after the fact.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's easy
we're-
to escalate later.
Okay.
All right.
Alright,
Screw it.
so you step up the stairs into the well-appointed hall, which is, of course, just very tastefully derived from styles that you don't particularly recognize. The rooms are labeled Andoran Council, General Assembly, Minister of Public Interest. There are some other small principalities that you don't particularly recognize that aren't Andoran. But most things say something about a representative or an ambassador or a governor.
I use a diplomacy check to see if I know which office would be best to support the Grey or Dusk Wardens.
Wouldn't that be knowledge local?
I think it's more diplomacy, right? Because
Okay.
that is right.
Are you asking
specifically
someone?
dealing with your interaction with a person? So no, I
Okay.
think it is closer to knowledge local.
Okay. That would be Danny then, but I'll ask.
No, I got it. Knowledge local. Yeah, boy.
Mhm. Not Council of Galt.
Who's what?
Galt's another neighboring, I don't know, principality. So it's not knowledge local that brings this one home. It's the noise and the gavel slapping that you hear going on in the what the fuck is it? In the Minister of Public, in the General Assembly room.
Yeah, that was gonna be my guess. Yeah.
So yeah, you pretty quickly find your way there. Most of the other rooms, like most good public offices, are far too pretty to be used and are currently empty, just taking up lots of space and looking nice.
Fair enough.
But the General Assembly room does have a small throng of people, all standing just a little bit too far apart from each other to, like, you know, really be interested in discussing with each other, but they're mostly interested in shouting their opinions at each other.
Fair enough.
Are we in salty
Quite
chat?
the hubbub.
What's that?
Are we in salty chat?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So we're sort of like
No one seems to mark your entrance.
Okay. So what were you guys thinking? I was thinking black tentacles followed by a water orb followed by a wind's wall.
That's quite an entrance.
Yeah.
that's pretty good. The only thing that I can add is a
Giant woman?
yeah, the giant woman.
Yo, what? Right
Oh,
here.
actually, Giant Woman's a great way to do this.
Is this like a big space opera?
Yes. I would call it larger than Gargantuan. It is a colossal chamber filled with not as many people as you would expect.
Yeah, I think the Giant Woman's actually a great way to handle this.
All right, you guys are gonna have to.
Okay. And hang on, before that, how do we wait? One, what are we gonna have it say? Because I can do that. What are we gonna try to drive home?
Let's say 3 Sugathi were found ambushing travelers on the way in, and your help was requested. Or something like that.
Oh, see, I thought we were gonna drive a point that, like, hey, there's a lot of stuff underneath your feet that's evil, and it could probably kill you. I thought that was gonna.
I mean,
be
that's the
this.
same message, yeah. 3 Sugathi.
Except I was gonna have this like present as a threat.
Okay.
We could do the Jaws technique.
All right.
What's the Jaws technique?
No.
Where
Wait.
you're like,
Oh, sorry. Continue.
You blow up a gas canister in the middle of it?
no, like, you know, he scratches his nails down the chalkboard and, like,
Oh,
super creepy.
yeah.
And it really drives that point home. Just say it's an option.
Okay, so do we want to warn them of a threat or present that what we are doing is a threat?
Let's present what we're doing is a threat. That sounds more fun.
That does sound more fun.
I can surround your horrific illusion with black tentacles.
I think that would do nice. Just don't hit the illusion because it will go up in a pop of smoke.
That won't work then. The tentacles hit everything.
Well, but if it's, like, behind or in front of, you know.
I'll just do a wind wall
Maybe
instead.
the woman like standing upside down from the ceiling?
No.
That'd be
We're
weird.
just gonna do a wind wall instead.
I gotta
What if? Do you have a
The,
firewall?
the black tentacles are too fucking lethal. They'll actually kill people. We don't want
Well,
that.
driving the point home. Hmm.
But that's why you can do the like black tentacles behind her, closer to us, but not touching us, because we also don't want to die. But then, like, it doesn't actually kill anybody.
Is there a 20-foot radius anywhere in the hall that wouldn't hit anyone, Aubrey?
Maybe the second story balcony in the back corner, but it's, you know, there's a person close. Looks like an old farmer. Probably 80 years old, bald headed.
He probably can't stand up to
Ooh,
black tentacles too well.
I'm gonna do a knowledge history check to know what some of the history of Carmago was, like underneath the city that's so dangerous a little bit. If I can do that.
That's
Wait.
probably forbidden knowledge.
Well,
That is a great knowledge history check, but it is one of the mysteries of the Pathfinder universe. So
Okay.
no, you don't know that.
Okay.
Aw.
But why don't you do the
but
black tentacles on the
there-
ceiling?
If that
Hmm.
was written down somewhere that wasn't like epic to find,
Yeah.
you would know that right now.
Yeah. Okay. Can I just get like a general idea of like what lives in caves under people's feet in possibly Thessalonian ruins? Who knows?
Yeah. Well, one of the
Okay,
more
what's the-
awful
okay, how
things
about
is
this?
the Sugathi, which is
Okay, what's the most evil humanoid thing that I can think of
Dark Elves.
that might live under their feet?
Dark Elves, definitely.
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
the
So
Darrow are also pretty evil.
okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'll have Bofer assist me however he deems fit. But I'm going.
Alternatively, hold on, before you continue this thought, I could just teleport all of us in front of everyone. We can appear and then teleport out.
Well, I don't want my face to necessarily be.
We're disguised
front.
already.
Yeah, but that's only me looking sort of like a freshman college student.
Okay.
Is how I picture Danny right now.
Sorry,
Danny in the
continue
guide-
your plan.
the guide with
then.
Danny. I was gonna have my fearsome duplicate allows me to change my appearance in any way that I'd like. So I was gonna resemble something super evil from the underground to really drive home the point of, hey, you don't know what's under there. Maybe you should listen to the protection stuff that the Duskborns are providing. Is what their train of thought will be. Does that make sense?
I'm gonna listen in a bit and see what they're talking about right now. That's so fucking important anyway.
Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah. What do they listen to?
All right, so Councilman 2 is pissed that Councilman 6 has not followed the proper parliamentary order because she didn't submit the form.
Form 32B.
Yeah, Form 32B a full week ahead, but only 6 days ahead of time, so that no one had enough time to properly review the article that she was trying to address, which is that one of her neighbors has 4 lawn gnomes when the upper limit is specifically in the bylaws that it's 3. Moreover, she finds the 4th gnome to be particularly tasteless and offensive. But everyone is shouting her down because she did not follow proper parliamentary procedure in submitting, the form that she now wants to have addressed.
X is
Even though it's good
flabbergasted.
and damn her turn to talk.
Bofer, do you have Spark?
No,
What?
I don't have Spark. What do I look like, a fire bitch? I have survival skills.
No. To me, you just like a regular bitch.
I think
You
Bofer
look like a
slaps
very
Danny.
fancy bitch with all
Okay.
those weird gemstones embedded in his skin.
Yeah. So okay, you don't have anything to. I was thinking we
I have
could say
arcane
that.
mark. I have arcane mark and a good survival score.
Okay. I was
Okay,
gonna
so
say.
before the planning can go any further,
Yeah.
there's a crash from the entryway,
Oh no.
and you see a group of about 16 young men, all young, all well muscled, and all wearing preppy farmer clothes. Like they're
doesn't.
like
What does that mean?
like cowboy boots.
Oh, okay.
Like
Like
they're trying to
cowboy
pretend
boots
to be
and
farmers.
collared shirts and bolo ties, but like clearly rolled up in such a way that it looks like they might have held a lasso today.
Okay.
And they're marching in sort of posse formation toward exactly the room that you guys are in, or are standing in the entryway of, scheming.
Are they snapping intimidatingly?
Yes, they're if they were prone to doing so, they would be.
Nice.
They're making their way towards you, and they're speaking in sort of agricultural accents.
We move out of the way.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so they burst into
Song and dance.
yeah,
The room.
into the people's chambers,
Okay.
and immediately the parliamentary proceedings stop,
Okay.
and you hear one of the counselors, Jacob, we've talked about this. You've been marked as low priority. You're not available to address the council for another month. Well, I won't be waiting that long because our grievance deserves to be heard now. You can't hide behind procedure. You can't shove us off. Things are happening out there. Things are happening now. And by golly, we're going to take care of it. This goes on for a little bit before the young men decide to physically go occupy the space in the chamber. Someone immediately goes running from the room. Looks like a surfer messenger or something.
I intercept them.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, where are you going?
Just collar the messenger.
Yeah,
Like, whoa.
hold up.
Messenger stops, pauses. Sorry, what? I'm just trying to. I have to deliver this note.
Who are you delivering that note to?
Let me go. Come on, you're allowed to hold me. Come on. Do you know who I work for?
No, who do you work for?
That guy. And he points at one of the people on the floor.
And where's he having you go?
Let me go. Come on. I'm Rassie's messenger. Come on. Yeah.
See.
Here, I've got another message you should send to that person. Alright? And I flip him a gold. I'm like, hey, can you also tell them, fuck you from the Dusk
Okay.
Wardens?
Don't think that's gonna.
Okay, let me go.
I let them off with the 1 gold and fucking just
He's
let 'em
He's
run.
definitely not gonna do that.
We'll see.
Some random
so
guy
he
tried to like
runs
arrest
out of
my
there
run
and-
and like just said "fuck you" from the Dust Wardens. I don't know who he was or she.
You should have made a sleight of hand check to put an arcane mark. That doesn't that taste terrible? Never mind.
Hmm?
You should have put the "fuck you" on his message.
I was thinking about it. But he's
Okay, so the messenger runs off, and so the only thing that's happening in there is that these guys are just being disruptive. And about 5 minutes into this disruption, the like 80-year-old guy gets up from the corner, and he goes over to the edge of the railing, and he shouts down, Jacob! And everyone just kind of stops. This isn't what I meant, Jacob. Like, we're just here to feed the community, not to lead the community. This was never what I had lectured you on, and I don't know how you got these horrible ideas in your head. Now take your band of brigands and go home. I'm furrowing my brow at you.
Okay.
Now go home, Jacob.
Does he
he
go?
literally say
Does he
he's
go?
throwing his brow at you?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Is he actually though?
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna yell out, "Furrow harder!"
Yeah. No one appears. Kobe will turn turn around to see who shouted, and everyone just kind of ignores you.
Awesome. Cool.
After which, the crowd just kind of fucks off, like a little bit shamefacedly, but like in a I'm doing it on my own time and not because you said so.
Classic.
At which point he, sits back down and, folds both hands kind of neatly over his cane and continues watching the proceedings. The councilwoman on the floor, who the herald addresses as Minister Van Hoos, then thanks the man up in the rafters, not rafters. What's the word for second floor seating? Balcony. Up on the balcony. Thank you, Dr. Nollins. Of course, you are a staple of this town, and you will always have favor in this council. Back to you, Minister Van Hoos. And then now back to order. I think we're done discussing the gnomes.
All right. I'm going to throw a Tanglefoot bag at the council.
Yep, just whip an old Tanglefoot bag in the middle of the room.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
There's no way this ends poorly.
is that the cue?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like I want to slip out and talk to the farmers
Well,
and figure out what
Too
their
late now.
Yep,
exact.
so Tanglefoot
Yeah,
bag goes into the
go
middle of
for
the
it.
room. Everyone fails their saves. Everyone is glued to the ground.
Simultaneously, I would like to cast my fearsome duplicate, please.
Oh god.
All right.
I like to melt into the shadows.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's fine. Okay, so casting fearsome duplicate, making it look like a drow. It's a good roll. Hope I can roll that well when we leave. And shit. Okay. Well, okay. How about this? I'll just make an intimidate check. Because why not? As the fearsome duplicate, which gets a plus
course.
2.
Only a +2?
That's it?
Yeah, it's really bad. It was a bad spell, but I liked it. Like the concept of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it is in fact fearsome, and it is in fact in the middle of the room,
Mhm.
and no one can move to attack it.
Yeah.
So you just want to like menace them a little bit.
So menace them, growl, and I'll warn them about. I'll be like, I'm not gonna do an evil voice, but embellish in your own heads.
Do you speak Underdark or Drow?
Oh,
Or
that's
either
good.
Evil
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Infernal? Start out and then like stumble into
I'll-
common.
I'll do the Parthenax thing or whatever, where he speaks in a different language and then clarifies in the language that they all know. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, do like a not double speak is the wrong word, but like have them going in concert together.
I think everyone's
No,
on the
I
same
don't think
page.
that's possible.
No.
If that's possible, that'd be really cool.
Is that possible? I don't think so.
IRL? No. As an illusion? Who knows? Unclear.
Maybe if you're like telepathying it at the same time in.
Well, whatever. Danny does it so it looks really cool and scary.
Yeah.
So partly undercommon, partly common. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get the point.
Describe the entrance of your like do you just wink into like a fearsome duplicate into existence in the middle of the room?
Well, I don't know to what effect.
Have
that
it
the
rip
spell
open
can
a
do.
portal. Have it rip open
Yeah.
a portal.
Yeah, I kind of wanted a portal where it like starts as like a small like singularity and then it like blossoms out. Possibly, I don't know. What a drow do? Do they do flames? Probably not.
You do
Yeah.
black
That'd be
flames.
flavor.
Yeah, I'll do like
Spiders,
black.
lots of spiders.
Yeah, I'll do like black flames. That'd be good. Navy spiders, who knows? Flame
Maybe to
spiders.
throw a smoke stick behind it.
I mean, hell yeah, razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
Time.
I do that.
Yeah, and basically, in a mishmash of undercommon and common, or whatever, it might be infernal. Who knows? I'll say you've encountered 3 Sugathi or something like that, but there's more coming.
Ooh, good. Yes.
something like that.
Yeah, 3 Sugati have been defeated, but more are approaching.
When
Yeah.
when the
Yeah.
entirety of the message is finished being conveyed, I use wind wall on the basically having it hit as many people as I can.
Oh, could you say papers as well? I really want the papers to be in disarray.
Yes, and
Oh,
papers.
Okay.
Oh, they'll hate it.
I hate it so much.
Doing, of
That's why-
course, no
There's one
damage.
thing I know about bureaucrats is that they hate it when the papers aren't in order.
Mm,
Doing, of course, no damage, but blowing everything away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'll like throw my head back and cackle, and then disappear.
yeah.
Yes.
Nice. So
Aaron,
make
if
it back
the
to
wind
room,
wall,
show them something horrifying, and then disappear back through a portal.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking disappear like in a mini explosion.
Oh,
They-
yeah.
well, like but like the explosion covers for the wind wall, like to make like it actually seem like she disappeared.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
okay.
Aaron,
At
if the
this-
wind wall hits the smoke caused by the smoke stick,
Oh, yeah. That's a
smoke
good
stick,
idea.
that dissipates.
Oh, wait, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't wind wall the smoke stick then.
Yeah, it's controllable. At the same time, after Danny casts that, she can move around, and so she's gonna get out. That was happening simultaneously. I like to think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay. So it's not long after your demonstration before the guards arrive in force.
Mhm.
Interestingly,
Yeah.
one of the guards
Yeah.
is really very jacked.
Yeah.
Like, Vic just was like looking across at him, like,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know if I'd win a fight with that guy. Like, that's a human fighter of a pretty equal
Yeah, but look at that
skill.
baby face.
I let him kiss my battle axe.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's definitely one of the thoughts that passes through her head.
It's just something about the way he comports himself, something about his armor set. Like dude is set with some magic items. Matter of fact, he appears to be overly set for his experience with magic items. The kind of thing that if you are,
He's too extra.
for instance, militia captain in the extremely wealthy district in the ancient city, center, that you can afford to be decked out with. Like, he has a wand quiver on his belt.
A wand? A wand quiver, sorry.
I want it.
Words went in and out of my ear and didn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So a garrison of these guys shows up, and they're like, "We heard there was trouble, citizens." And they're like, "Yeah, someone threw a Tanglefoot bag." Yeah, and then there was an illusion, and we know it was an illusion because monsters usually try to actually kill people.
I like. That's fair. Danny's thinking, nah, it was more of an apparition.
Like, so what you should do, guard captain, is find out who would want to come threaten us. Yes. Who would threaten the entire people's chambers? Yes.
Oh, Aaron, you need to do like arcane runes of like signed to like Grey Wardens or something, like at that moment.
Yeah, sure. point the finger at Grey
we're not tracing this back to the Grey Wardens. That was the whole point, remember?
No,
I
we're
thought
not
it was.
tracing it back to the Dusk Warden.
Or
Dusk
Dusk
Wardens, sorry.
No, we needed to stir up trouble in a way that the Dusk Wardens weren't responsible for. That's why they chose us
okay.
instead of
Never
other Dusk
mind.
Wardens, remember?
Gotcha. Yes.
Well, yeah, but we could point the fingers at Grey Wardens. Like they don't have a horse in this race. I was gonna say fight.
Well,
and then
hang on. If we point it at the Grey
Horse
Wardens,
horse fight.
that's fair. We don't want to do the Grey Wardens. Wait,
Oh, we could blame the
wait.
trolls.
Alright,
That's
I have a
also
quick question.
gossip
Who the fuck
troll.
are the
Trolls
Grey
are kind of
Wardens?
bros.
The Grey
Us.
Wardens are are the
Oh,
the
God, I'm
girls
thinking from
down at the second tower girls basically.
Pathfinder's Guild.
There
Oh
was
boy.
there was the tower girls and then the
Oh, that's right.
armor girls.
They're the male, yeah,
Grey Maidens.
maidens.
Astis Consortium.
Or the Aspis.
Ooh yeah.
Or just none of the above, and we just let them talk.
Okay,
And maybe
well,
melt
letting 'em
away
talk.
because
Works.
yeah, pretty quickly. Is anyone still hanging out in the area there?
I think we all took off.
I had said I
Like-
like.
yeah.
Yeah, Danny said she left. X said she slinked into the shadows.
I was
As
taking
far as I
off.
heard,
Yeah.
Vigdis is still just sticking around like,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
going on here?
Uh-huh.
Oh
I mean,
no.
I didn't do anything.
You there, citizen. Did you see anything? Who has been in this building
Oh my
recently?
gosh, there was a thing on the ceiling. It was terrifying.
On the ceiling. Perhaps they came into there from the ceiling. You, Marcus, go scope out the roof. Make sure there weren't any egress or ingress through the ceiling. Malkavian, go around and sweep the room. Take statements. And you there, that is an axe.
She's my baby.
Adamantine, Chelish design. You're not from around here, are you?
Nope.
He kind of taps his foot looking for more explanation.
Well, this has been fun.
Good times
Good
had by all. I'm
Really?
pooped.
Your business is your business.
Nice. Goes, alright, well, stay
Someone's
safe,
got
I
a role
guess.
play of what 5, 6 disguise check.
Yeah. Well, stay safe, citizen, and let me know if you see anything.
Yep, will do. What's your name again?
What, my name? Oh, I'm Commander Tyus Jessen.
Tyus Jessen. Alright, cool. Nice meeting you, guy.
Here's my card, and he flips a little wooden chit to you.
But you can't say that word.
Shit.
Cool. I take it and leave the building.
Mm.
Fig this out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, fig this out. So everyone else just fucks off?
Yep. Back to the Palanquin.
Alright. Meanwhile,
I'm
back
gonna-
at the Palanquin,
Circle around the building once before I go join them at the Palanquin and, look for anyone tailing me.
you do spot whoever was told to go up onto the roof, scaling the wall.
Okay. But no
Do
one
they have
following
climbing
me.
harness?
No one actively
Specifically?
following.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
Inside, you hear the brittle of Tanglefoot bag crusties shattering.
Ugh, gross.
Bleh.
Ugh.
I think we did a pretty good job, guys.
Mhm.
I think that was pretty much mayhem.
Japery was had.
I wish I knew a fire spell. That would be better. Lighting something on fire is a little bit more like
Get a
permanent.
wand.
Like,
Mhm.
See, I was hoping they wouldn't think it was an illusion because of the wind wall. Yeah.
Mm.
who knows?
Okay.
Well, you
so we
tried,
in the
yeah.
Palanquin then?
Yep, you're all back at the Palanquin. You wait a few seconds more for Vigdis, and she shows up. And by seconds, I mean minutes, because she went all the way around.
Mhm. I, of course, relayed to them what happened inside.
Mm.
And what's the name of the guard captain?
Jessen?
Jessen. Jessup? Jessen.
Jessen.
Carly
Just
Ray.
then.
Gibson. Nice name.
Carly Tyus Ray Jessen.
How do you spell his name?
Jesen.
That.
That's close. Two
Well,
S's.
so who's proud of their diction?
Man, I don't think anybody should be proud about genitalia on their face.
Did
Yeah.
I regret nothing.
Yeah, we sound good.
Yes.
Plague bears. Plague bears.
Bear.
That's a
Don't have
new.
the plague.
Bear.
It's
It's
a
a new
new
monster.
monster, plague bears.
Plague bears. I'm sick of plague bears.
I get it.
Nice.
Done.
So, did they want us to attack him next time? Come back tomorrow and actually attack him? Be like, why are you still here?
Oh my god, I actually love that idea. Just come back tomorrow and do the exact same thing.
But, like, actually attack him this time.
Yep. You can tell we're real monsters because we're attacking you this time.
That one guy, they're like, oh my god, that's not an illusion at all.
One gentle, non-lethal arrow, which exists.
I don't know, they basically acted like, they stood in fright because they couldn't do anything other than stand there because they all fucked up with Tanglefoot bags.
Yeah.
But then they kind of reacted the way people who, like, know, not think, but know that they've hired real badasses to protect them. And they're just like, don't worry, the people we pay for this will be here shortly. They're like, yes, not the first time we've been magically threatened, yes.
Alright. So, should we
You
kill
know,
the
have a list
guards?
of demands or something? Yes, okay.
So we should
Good.
kill the guards, is what I'm hearing.
Well, we'll try to avoid that at all possible. We still have business with the trolls?
I guess.
To the
Yeah.
trolls!
Okay. So you guys make your way back over to. Yeah, I really thought you would go to other parts of the city too.
You
Okay.
told us to go to the trolls.
I did tell you to go to the trolls. It's not very good DMing.
No,
Way to
that's fine.
railroad us, Aubrey. Jeez.
I assume it's important.
Fucking
so.
rude.
Fuck yeah. Because normally I let you guys just fucking dangle, but
Yeah.
And then we choose the one city that he's like, not that cool. Maybe you should go to the next city on the ferry ride.
Yeah.
And they're like,
No, we don't know it.
we want to look at rocks. Like, oh,
Like
okay.
rocks.
Is that the one?
Yeah. If nothing else, rocks rock.
This city, known primarily for their ability to cut stones into squares, has been here for not that long. You're like, ooh, tell me more. Well, things are square and gray here.
I think they're the squarest and the grayest.
Fuck you, I'm the squarest and grayest.
They're known for their mediocre poetry. There once was a house built of squares. They were made of smaller squares. They were all very even.
Nothing was very odd.
Nothing was very odd. Normal people lived there.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds legit.
So,
Aubrey, have you ever written poetry?
have I what poetry?
Ever written poetry?
Of course.
Okay. I'd be
I
interested
mean,
to
what
see some of that.
self-respecting DM hasn't?
That's fair.
Bitch, please.
Okay.
And not just for Dr. Weaver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little baby. Oh, she's so cute.
Dr. Weaver.
Right?
I'm pretty sure I have poetry that you wrote for me when we were back in
Aw.
high school.
Yes.
Oh my
Hidden
God.
away in my super secret box.
You definitely do, and I definitely read it and blushed.
It's great.
Recently. I found it and was like, oh, wow. That is still here, huh?
And it will always exist.
Mm-hmm.
Well, until he finds it, decides it's just too embarrassing and destroys it.
Mm.
That would be pretty rude.
I know you're the only one who's ever written me love poetry.
Yeah. I don't even think that one's love poetry. I think
Nah.
it's just like heads.
Angsty teenager.
Yeah.
You're the only one who's ever written me angsty teenager poetry.
Yeah, I mean, is there any other kind of poetry? Let's be real.
No.
Let's be real. Okay. So, meanwhile, back
Oh,
at
man.
the troll auger house,
The Trogger, if you will.
Auger, which is called the Auger Temple, and it's in Downmarket, which conveniently is right next to Widdershins.
I
Oh.
should my disguise, by the way.
I'll get a picture.
Yeah.
Pictures. I like pictures.
Yes, because you're passing through Downmarket for a second time. So here's great big reveal-y picture. Wow, that's huge. Okay. Scroll left.
Ooh, what's that? Oh wait, what?
What?
I don't like that. What? I don't like those slaves.
Oh yeah, that's right. There are slaves in Downmarket. Ah, weird. Slaves being held by some manner of undead.
I think I like Uptown better than I do Downmarket.
Mhm.
They
You're an
look
uptown
like
girl?
the anti-bending alliance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, flavor text revealed or flavor art.
Also, that looks like the guy from The Mask.
Because he has a mask.
Well, I think that's just undead.
Well, I see. Yes.
No,
that-
I think that's a mask because he has flesh hands.
Green flesh hands.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you were talking
that's
about the guy to the
definitely-
left.
That's definitely an undead whose job it is to hold slaves.
What a job.
What a job.
Undead
Apparently he
purpose.
holds slaves, and you can't convince him. Oh, woe is me! I'm just a slave. Oh, I hope someone lets me go and appeals to my humanity.
What's that fellow in the background that has the horns?
yak?
Good question. Fellow in the
The
background.
yak or
with
the yak
horns.
master?
No, the yak.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually one of the subtypes of tiefling.
With the giant horns?
Yep.
Have you
Looks
never
hairy.
seen Hellboy?
Harry.
Yep.
Huh. Okay. Also, I have seen. Oh,
There you go, with the horn.
I do want you guys to know that tieflings can have orange horns, and gray skin, and yellow eyes.
Oh my god.
Really? Why is that important, Aaron?
No particular reason. Do what you will with it, though.
Mm.
Just something to keep in mind. Fair.
Oh yeah, we're also supposed to deliver that severed hand to someone.
Yeah, probably somewhere in Downmarket, actually.
Probably.
are we supposed to deliver it or just leave it somewhere?
I think we're supposed to deliver it.
Just like toss it out in the middle of the street.
Yeah,
I
it's
swear
good
that's
enough.
what she wanted us to do. Like 90% sure.
Yeah, your mission was actually just to leave it somewhere people would find it.
Do we want to do that, or do we not want to do
we-
that?
we should
'Cause
give
I
it-
don't.
We should give it to the augurs and see if they know whose hand it
That's
is.
a good idea. Yes.
Because, I mean, it's got, like, blood in it, and they can probably read the blood or something.
I trust them. They didn't kill us when they probably could have. So.
Okay, so you make your way across the rest of Downmarket and find your way to the Augur Temple.
It's just a lot of slaves, huh?
Well, the site there really just kind of takes you. It's not all slaves or anything.
Yeah.
But the pot of boiled eyes and the slave market really just kind of like, whoa, that's not okay. Except that here it's probably okay because this is the middle of Downmarket.
Mm.
So yeah, it's not everywhere. It's not omnipresent. It's just that's the thing that struck you. Like, whoa, open air slave markets.
Mhm.
Not every day.
Probably not great.
Do it down market,
And this stall appears to have been here for a second. All right, so you're back at the multi-tiered temple grounds,
Mhm.
standing at the bottom of the steps. There are a lot of people around. consulting the various augurs, paying them for their hard specs, and
Okay. We
We go up the steps.
approach the dudes. I guess.
yeah. Like, hi, troll guy.
We
You were
never did get
here-
your name, did you?
Yesterday, right?
Not 3 weeks ago, that's for sure.
Did not write down the name of the troll.
Yeah, that's what I thought. There were a couple.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I might have.
I've been pretty good at writing stuff down. I have Abra and Bulgar Grum and Marcha.
Rocco. His name was Rocco, and he was interested and was actually our tour guide. Apparently he was gonna show us
That's
around the
right.
city.
Yeah, that's right. And then he hit on someone. They were like, "No, we're good." Pretty sure.
Yeah, he took us to a bar. Yeah.
Oh, Rocco was a troll, but
Yes. He was one of the augurs. He's like, that's pretty badass, and then he showed us around the
Yeah.
bar, and that was it.
yes, Rocco did show you around. I remember this. Okay. Yeah. So you're like, oh, we were here earlier with Rocco, and they're like, Rocco. Yeah, Rocco. We know who he is, but he's not like an augur. He's not one of us.
No. Rip. Okay.
And they're like, who? Yeah.
We shedded our disguises in the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, after stumbling around for a little bit, someone was like, "Hey, I remember you were here the other day during the True Prophecy.
Yeah.
That was real interesting. Hey, about that, so remember that guy that gave a True Prophecy when you were here? Someone fucking kidnapped him.
Oh
Like
Fun.
in the last 24 hours.
We didn't. That wasn't us, right? No, not us. Okay, just making sure. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah, I didn't figure you were stupid, so you wouldn't be just wandering around at the scene of the crime.
Giving us a lot of
But that
credit.
does mean that someone broke in through like 3 layers of, guards and extricated a large-sized creature.
Hmm.
Which, we're kind of having trouble piecing our minds around.
Were there
Maybe,
side? Yeah.
Since you're adventurers, you want to have a look at the room in question
Yeah.
and let us know
Yeah.
what you think.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Mhm.
Let's do that.
All right. So I take you up to like the second tier of what are they called? Multi-leveled.
balcony,
Yeah, they're not.
second floor.
Yeah, it's like the mezzanine.
Mm.
It's like an open second floor mezzanine. As it goes toward like the center of like a Citadel at Delphi, or yeah, Delphi Citadel kind of concentric rings. Anyway, up there and they're like, yeah, this is as far as I'm going, but Vargan will meet you here, and
Okay.
she will explain the details to you. And so
Who is
like,
Vargan?
yeah, so like a minute later, a tall but hunched female troll in a red dress with very large turquoise jewelry and an obscene
wait.
amount of piercings
We've met her before.
shows up and she says, yes. You are the ones who inspired the True Prophecy the other day, which was the first that anyone. Okay. She puts her hand on her face. She says, it might have gotten to you by now that we don't really do true prophecy. One, it's bad for money. Two, it's hard to do on demand. and 3, basically no one can do it
Right.
except for that one guy, who hasn't done it in probably 3 years, and the first time he does it is when you guys show up. So I'm glad that you decided to return. That troll happens to be my brother, and his name is Augusteel. He's quite gifted. His visions are unique, and they are frequently unmarketable.
Augusteel the Auguster.
Yes, Augusteel the August.
Augersteel.
So yeah, the point is most of our divinations are we like the word logical. His are not, and we've been kind of puzzling as a council over the things that he said, and we're increasingly concerned that they specifically refer to you. But we'd like to get a second read on that, which means we need to get my brother back.
Plus, I bet you just really like to have your brother back.
Yes. I mean, he's not that useful. He's not, turning much profit these days, especially since we keep him sequestered in the inner room. Which, speaking, would you follow me?
Yes. Let's.
Mhm.
Okay, so she takes you into, rooms that are very clearly not set up for humans or anyone other than troll size, and several large, ornate, oak doors and obvious mystical bead curtains later, and you're in this room with a locked iron door. And it's like, okay, and they're like, this is where Augusteel spends most of his time contemplating and thinking on his visions and stuff like that. This room is intentionally Spartan and intentionally very secure. But here we see this, and she points at these pits in the marble of the wall. She says, these were not here the other day. He's like,
Wait, what?
she points at these little pits, little chips in the marble of the wall, running up about 30 feet above, before there's like a domed ceiling and some venting for air and sunlight. It's a relatively small entrance up there, but if you're thinking about breaking and entering, yeah, that's a pretty good spot. A full-size humanoid cannot fit through there, but maybe small ones could.
Does the pitting look natural, or it was climbing tool marks?
Fuck.
Yeah, definitely
Or-
climbing tool marks.
Large sized or small sized? What size creature would they be built for? Medium?
It looks like a medium-sized humanoid used some manner of very quick climbing tools. Actually, the more you look at it, maybe not humanoid. The climbing pattern doesn't make sense. Maybe a humanoid with 6 arms.
I don't like a spider.
Yeah, like a
6 + 2
spider,
is 8?
like a human-sized spider.
Hey guys.
Wall gripping tools or something.
And if I'm picturing a human-sized spider, would it be able to squeeze through the little window vent?
Yeah, there's sort of a different
Shape.
It's doable.
I quietly share that with the party whenever our investigation is actually getting underway.
Okay. That's interesting. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if you said, did you say if there were signs of a scuffle or a fight?
No signs of scuffle, no blood or anything on the floor.
Yeah, okay.
The floor is too clean to show any kind of drag marks.
Okay. And is this
Just when we found that he was missing, the door was open.
I'm gonna use
But-
my knowledge to engineering. Does that size spider do I know anything? Like, can I think of anything
The-
specific
like-
about it? Have I ever seen something like that before?
You have seen
Um,
something like that before, at least.
Yeah, except spiders have like 8 legs.
Yeah.
And that one's got, you said, what,
6.
4?
I thought you said 6 arms, which then is like 2 legs. So 8.
Yeah, no, it's more like there's 6 appendages.
Gotcha.
Huh. All right.
Um,
I want to
So-
investigate the inside of the door and the door frame.
yeah. There's scratch marks on it.
Like, I want to get out, or something
Yeah,
to get in.
like something sharp fumbled against this for a little bit.
Like the middle of the door, around where the handle is, where the lock would
Around the
be.
handle.
I ask if there are any scryers nearby.
They just said
Uh,
that prophecy is like.
Oh,
wait,
scrying is not the same
scrying,
as-
Sorry, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm sure we can find someone who can scry. Why? What do you think you're
Just
looking
see
for?
with our scrying eyes.
You know,
God
to
damn
see
it,
if we
Haley.
can scry on the what's his face, Augusteel. Since you know,
Yeah. So I'm just gonna jump you ahead here and let you know what I think. Yeah, we consulted the scryers. We
Okay.
can't see Augusteel, but we know that he's still in the city.
Okay.
Moreover, we have some evidence that he's in Highside Stacks.
Okay.
hey,
Can you
I'm sorry. We have some evidence that he's in Biss.
make us privy to how that sort of came down the pipe?
Troll stuff. Point is, we can find things.
Troll stuff. I like it.
Okay.
Our spy network runs deep, is the point.
Okay.
No magic involved, but some magic involved. The point is, we're pretty sure he's in Biss, and we're actually pretty sure he's holding in one of the Ardok mansions.
why would the Why would the Ardocs have anything against the scryers or augurs?
Oh no, we don't have anything against each other. That's just it, because the augurs and the Ardocs get along fantastically, or at least as well as giant forces within a city that have to live next to each other do.
Cordial.
We don't get into wars, and occasionally we have like an open fight, but that's bad and it takes a long time to repair. I get the feeling that they're hiding something, specifically one of the younger members who isn't content to work within clockworks and elementary magics. He's a loose cannon within the Ardocs, and they refuse to rein him in.
What's his name?
His name is Burkanen. And I'm pretty sure that he arranged this. I'm pretty sure these are blade spider pit marks on the walls, which are a shitty construct that he favors and not something that the rest of the Ardocs like. Moreover, some witnesses saw something that looks very much like a blade spider entering the market that night. They probably just used it to get in here, subdue my brother, and get out.
How big are blade spiders usually? Like, how would they transport a large size creature out of here?
Oh, I think they used other agents to exfiltrate him once he was subdued and the door was unlocked.
All right. Okay.
Is Brakanen the guy Master Toth was talking about? Or was that his father? That
Yeah,
Master Toth was talking about?
so Toth was, or not Toth, but Mortimer Pug,
Mortimer Pug. Okay, yeah.
doesn't know shit about how fucking many Ardocs there are. So he just said, oh, there's this family called Ardocs.
Okay.
What is the not guard situation, but like, how would they have extracted him without anybody noticing? How far is this room from the
Unclear,
front
but
door?
we're looking into it because you might have noticed we're not a subtle race.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The point
Okay.
is, the Ardocs are powerful artificers and golem crafters, and they're easily the most powerful family in Biss. They run everything in that district, and we have long-standing relationships between our factions. If you
Including the
find
Dusk Wardens?
this arrogant little tinkerer has actually gone off on his own and arranged a kidnapping within the Augurs, well, from this very temple, they've ignored our requests, but if you could exfiltrate him through whatever means that don't come back to us,
Nice.
we'd be pretty grateful.
Sure. Sounds good.
Take this Infanny ride again.
Faux Victus, first of all.
Yes.
Figdus.
That being
Okay.
said, if we do scry him and he isn't in a magic-proof room, we can just teleport in and out and call it a day.
That's true. They don't have real scryers in the trolls.
Yeah, no, I know.
But we can
saying
find
we
a
can
real
find a
scryer.
real scryer.
Oh yeah. Knowledge local best bet is Ankarte or Tar Heel Promenade.
Mm-hmm.
Or possibly the librarians in the Thoracic Spire.
The
Freaking
Spire
dandelion.
of Knowledge, huh?
Uh-huh.
Sounds like a knowledgeable spire.
I would
Well, it's not called the
say-
Spire of Knowledge.
Yeah, I know, but in the prophecy, it's called the Spire of Knowledge.
Anyway,
Uh,
plot hook
yeah.
received.
Yeah, this sounds awesome. Let's do this.
Okay.
Alright, sounds
I
good.
agree.
The point is, our usual agents won't work for this, so we're asking you.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
sounds good. Let's do it.
And yeah, bring him back, and we will find a way to help you with whatever knowledge it is that you are seeking.
Hmm.
We do love knowledge.
We do love
Yes,
knowledge.
we do.
All right, now I need to blow my nose. Quick intermission.
Okay. Let's get started.
Yeah, I need some water. I'll be right back. Yeah.
Intermission.
Tiny baby, you're so cute.
So, how's everyone doing?
You know, getting over being deathly ill.
Yeah, moving always seems to accumulate some degree of sickness. But if it makes you feel any better, maybe you're spreading American germs to the population of Finland. So,
I'm pretty sure it's the other direction. Pretty sure that these are exotic Finnish germs that I'm being assaulted with.
School just started and everyone is sick.
that stinks.
Yeah, that's okay. Like our friends are sick, our coworkers are sick, HR is sick. Oh, yeah. Earlier I fucked up. I should have just instead of being like, "Hey, did we finish talking to the augurs?" I should have just been like, "A messenger shows up and asks you to come talk to the augurs again."
I am back.
That would have been smarter.
I'm not too upset or anything.
What would have been?
Oh, if I had a messenger come request that you go talk to the augurs again. As opposed to, I don't know if you're done talking to the augurs yet. Is everyone back? Is that?
Did I hear Alex yet?
I think Alex is still up.
Sounds
I'm
like
not exactly back, but I am listening.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think everyone's back then. Yeah, where were we? Oh yeah, here's
going off to find some seers.
Scryers.
No, those are trolls, I think. Probably?
Rick Cannon. Man, I spelled it way wrong.
Yeah, what's up with those ears? It's like aquatic.
troll ears, duh.
This is how I spelled it, by the way. If you were curious.
Okay. Rick Cannon. Rick Cannon. Alright, yeah. It's amazing how well you heard me 1,000 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 1,000 miles? Or farther?
You don't actually know.
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, Google it.
I'm a dummy.
Okay, so we talked to our annoying travel guide, and we're like, "Hey, where's the best scryer in town?"
Oh, you look for Gav?
Yeah,
No, don't look for Gav.
I'm looking for Gav.
He's not No.
Yeah, Gav is busy apparently wherever he is.
Oh shit!
Probably died from being too annoying.
Yeah, can't find your guide. You have to pay someone else.
Why pay when we can just diplomacy?
Yeah, actually, let's just fucking walk over, see what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Walk over to where?
Buchanan's household. Not the augurs. Hold on.
Who?
Sorry, I was sneezing. Let's see here. Yeah, the Ardok household. Or we
Which
can.
one?
Well, actually, yeah. First, we should go to Biss and talk to the Duskwardens and tell them we stirred up trouble,
Okay.
right? Ethan?
Yeah. Yeah.
Haley?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So we head over back to the Duskwardens first.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you find yourself back at the Duskwarden house, which is called... I forget. Point is, yeah. You go to the Duskwardens, you find your way up to the people who you're supposed to be talking. Oh, yeah, you did a thing for us. Neat. Good. Well, hopefully hopefully they come to their senses soon. As soon as we hear from over there that something happened, we'll be sure to pay you.
Sure. Okay. In other news, we heard that the Ardok family runs everything in Biss. Are you guys owned by the Ardok family?
No, we're the one thing that's not run by the Ardocs in this area.
Okay.
Nice. Good.
Are you?
Yes, we have a very careful entente with them. Basically, we do our thing, and sometimes we put down their rogue machinations. It's it's a giving relationship we have.
Do rogue machinations happen often?
Not unoften. I can remember the last time we did that.
All right, good to know.
Yeah. I mean, we keep them away from the magic better not messed with. They mess with their own magic. Occasionally the two intersect. I think the big problem we have with them is that they are very interested in getting underground, and well, just not allowed.
Fair enough. Okay. Well,
For the most part, they follow the rules. They're pretty well organized.
yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough. Sounds good. All right, we're headed out then. We'll see you later. Nameless
Yeah,
NPC.
good. We'll probably just send you a mercenary once or not a mercenary. Messenger.
Can you
But how do
imagine?
you know where to find us?
Yeah,
Sorry.
we'll find you.
What's up, Ethan?
Can you imagine going around in like real life calling people NPCs? I think that'd be
Yes.
hilarious.
You mean you don't?
That sounds like a very NPC thing to do, Ethan.
At least a side character.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a very PC thing.
Womp womp.
Wow.
Politically. Yeah.
Got it.
Pretty good.
Got your meaning.
Okay, so to the auguries, no, scryeries, the town scryer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where are you looking?
We got a couple options, right? The library,
Uh-huh.
and there's one in the Egyptian side of things. What's that called?
Mhm.
Ankar Porte?
Clearly, all Danny listened to was the library part.
Well, my vote is actually not the library, because I want to keep my shenanigans and, you know, a sacred place of knowledge separate.
Work and play, I get it.
So that's my vote for Ankarte, karate.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else care?
Mm, the Ankarte Scryers, you mean? Or
Correct.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Let's do it.
Now we're going to Ankarte. It's a lot of running around this city. We really haven't planned it because we just.
Mhm.
Well, I guess down market to Biss isn't too bad, but then Biss to On Carte, the hall.
How are we getting to Ancarte? Are we
We have to
taking?
get our steps in.
Are we getting on the carte? That's a stretch.
It's not even a cart. It's a
Palanquin.
palanquin.
Well, if we convince the people that we're dead, we could ride on that cart.
I wonder how much makeup that would take.
Probably less than you'd think.
Yeah, just shallow breaths.
I feel like that might involve selling your body, though, which isn't right.
I mean, depends on your alignment.
Anyway, we yip the palanquin all the way over to Ancarte.
Huh. You can sell your body in a lot of different.
Right?
Right.
All right. Yep.
So, all right. So it's a bit of a schlep across the city. But finally find your way over to the edge of Ancarte. The stylings of the buildings change dramatically to a yellow sandstone. And yeah, it's suddenly Egypt land,
Nice.
and a really very interesting collection of foreigners. There's a stylistic dress that you notice almost immediately. That's like very far eastern if you want to use the world, like IRL world. They've got like, turbans and veils and stuff. And they don't look like all of the other humans in the area, but they appear to mostly be set up here as soon as you enter this area. You've seen a couple of them around. But yeah, also there's the immediately obvious thing is that here you've always seen undead in the presence of, other people, or in like a handler. But here they're just kind of running errands. Little floating eyeballs, slithering things and hopping things, and it's almost
things.
What's that?
So that's a lot of things.
That's a lot of things. It's suddenly super busy. There's creatures all over the place. Yeah. So, anything in particular you're looking for here as you walk in?
Scryers and a music shop if we pass by.
And I don't know, anywhere a decanter of endless water might be.
Yeah. If we could probably hit a magic store, that might be good for the Scryers.
Every store's a magic store in Ancarte.
That's true.
So almost immediately you find the shoot, what are the buildings? This enormous storefront marked Last Rites. There's signs that point towards Last Rites. And then there's also an enormous pyramid palace.
Is it at the end of an alley, the very end, and it's the only store on the right?
Ha!
That's right.
He's so appropriately named.
Nice. The other building that's very hard to miss is Throne Bones, which is a
THRONE or THROWN?
thrown like a ball.
Okay.
Like, it's a gambling hall.
Oh, okay.
And it's, relatively palatial in nature. It's sort of like a modern casino. And you can bet on pretty much anything.
Can
Yeah.
I bet on how long it'll take the dealer to die?
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
god, that is
feel like-
one intimidation factor. That's just mean, man. That is just
3
mean.
minutes. What? What are you talking
Wow.
about, Stab?
Nice. There's also a famous brothel that you can very quickly find your way to, called the
called?
White Lady.
I mean, could it ever really compare to the Shucked Oyster?
It's different. It's a different clientele
Pale.
because it's in the undead district.
Yes.
Hmm. That brings a whole new meaning to the term dead bedrooms. So in this, right?
What?
What, we're
Let's
going
go in
into the last right?
I guess.
Well,
Sure.
didn't you say you wanted to find the decanter?
Sure.
Yep.
I thought the last right was gonna be selling bodies or something.
What? Oh, I thought you said that was the magic shop.
Is it?
It's a little of everything. So this enormous storefront resembles a cross between a mortuary and an alchemist lab.
Okay. How's
Fair
it
enough.
smell?
And there's just a touch of butcher thrown into the stylings.
Okay.
Probably doesn't smell great.
Probably doesn't smell great. You're right.
Probably smells like formaldehyde and death.
And herbs and spices, because,
And-
Preservation. Yeah.
Clothes and something just.
No,
a little-
it actually smells strangely sterile. This is a place of precision work and not, cheap chops.
I don't like that combination of words.
Okay. Well,
so
you go first, Beaufort.
Alright. Beaufort goes first.
Good afternoon, madams. Is there something I can interest you in? You notice that most of the shop appears to be laid out with jewelry.
Ooh.
Are they soul stones?
No. Don't. See, soul magic is strictly forbidden. We do not do souls. It's bodies only.
Do you wink at
There
all?
are no intelligent undead here.
Sounds pretty fake.
Okay. Hey. Hi, how's it going? We're adventurers from out of town. Do you have anything interesting?
Interesting. Well, do you yet have a pack elephant?
Like a pint-sized pachyderm or like a full...
Oh, I think we can shape one down for you. I think most people want the big one, but
Custom size.
I'm sure we can drill it to size.
God.
I don't think we have one yet. I'll have to convene with the party. see if-
So yeah, I don't think we need a pack elephant as of now.
Right, see, Puff?
Ride the undead sheep buff.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess
Okay.
my friend here was looking for a harp. Do you have any harps around here?
yes, harp. might be-
Traditional magic items. Yes. Have you asked the magic circle yet?
Nope.
No, we have not. Where are they?
Ah,
New to this
Oh.
part.
they're in Tar Heel Promenade for the most part.
Womp womp.
Although we have a few of their necromantic representatives available if you would like a consult.
No, I'm just looking for a doom harp.
Doom harp. Well, why didn't you say so? Yes, that's a little more toward our. Let me check the register here. Yes. Doom.
Make some noise, kind of sinewy.
Yes. Sun-dried sinew. Yeah, we have one of those. I'll have to send for it in the workshop. And she taps 2 fingers on the side of one of the amulets she's wearing.
Mhm.
And she whispers something in. Does anyone recognize Neckerol?
Yes. Yes.
So what she says in Neckerol is, under her breath is, can you have 23 bring up the box from Ephesus?
Okay.
And then she's just one moment. It's being pulled from inventory.
Should I know it? Is that just the name of something?
Ephesus.
Ephesus?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Some town.
Ah, okay.
And not too long later, a skeleton with a great big 2-3 emblazoned on his forehead.
I thought you were gonna say a big old grin.
Big old grin, ear to ear.
I mean,
Full.
that's how skulls look.
Uh-huh.
Surprisingly chipper skeleton. Seems to really enjoy his work. Shows up holding a large cedar chest with a number of sort of intricate runes on it. Says, yes, this was recovered from Ephesus about 23 years ago. Had a number of interesting artifacts in it that we kept together for posterity's sake. One of which is the aforementioned Doom Harp, as well as a bunch of other preserved fetishes and pieces of strange stories from far away. Don't suppose you'd be interested in strange stories from far away?
Yes, but not. There we have a whole thing going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Tell you what, this has been sitting on the shelf for too long.
Oh, I thought it was sort of like
just sell you the whole chest for, what's fair, 10,000?
And the harp?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Wait. Hang on. How heavy is the chest?
I don't know. 30 pounds?
Oh yeah, that's fine. That was like a bigger chest. Yep, that's fine. Sure, why not?
It's like one of the size that sits at like the foot of the bed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Wait, that's 30 pounds?
Yeah. It's
okay. Plus or minus. Okay, cool. Okay.
It's made of cedar. It's not.
It's not like an iron-bound chest. It's
right.
just
it's a plain cedar well, not plain, but it's got lots of runes drawn on it. But it's otherwise just like a, mortise and tendon cedar box.
Sure.
I feel like there's a tendon
right.
joke in there along with the.
I heard it after I said it.
Yeah.
Hey, also, while we're here, you wouldn't happen to be able to identify body parts and who they belong to, would you?
Hang on.
Why, you get a finger and not the whole man?
Plus or minus, yeah.
Yes. We offer this service. What you got?
I think I want to take Beaufort aside just real quick. Sort of just, hand over shoulder and tug away.
Hand over shoulder. I get it.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I want to say, don't we want to sort of ask someone that we, know?
I'm fine with this. It's not our hands.
We hope.
We hope.
We hope. I don't recognize it as Beaufort's hand, do I?
We haven't looked in the box, have we?
Have we?
Have we?
I think
Nope.
we have.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, you bought a box that you didn't see the inside of.
Oh no, not Ethan's box. The box with the hand in it.
Oh, the box with the hand in it. No, you haven't opened that either.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it like sealed, or is it kind of just like
No,
you can't open it?
No, you can open it.
I ask how much would the service be?
What? Just to identify an owner? What do you want to name?
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. I don't know. 10 gold.
All right. I go back to whispering with Danny. Yeah, why not?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's some bad juju, whatever it is. Like, she assumed that people would know, and so...
Oh my gosh, oh gosh, that was so cute.
okay,
Oh
sure.
my God,
I mean, let's
go pet a cat.
let's do it.
Baby. Baby.
Alright, so yeah, you slide a hand across.
Well,
they're like,
we
yes.
inform the merchant that we expect there's a hand in the box. We haven't actually looked.
Oh, you just slide the box across? And
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll take a name and whatever else.
Yeah.
And he slides it off the counter and says, yeah, come back later today. The person who does that's not in.
Well, I don't want to leave it here.
Oh, okay.
Can we come back later then?
Yeah, you can come back later. I'll send a messenger for him now.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank
Maybe,
you.
maybe 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
In other news, do you guys don't have any, like, I don't know, decanters of endless water also?
Ooh, does not sound like something that we would have, but
That's-
I'll check the register. Flip, 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 flip. Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
All right. Good to know. Thank you.
Alright.
We'll be back
Uh,
in like 2
If you're
hours.
interested in some entertainment for a couple of hours, may I recommend the Thrown Bones?
You might. Yes.
Uh, Either that, or you can pay your respects at the palace.
To...
Oh, the child goddess, of course.
Oh, okay.
Which one?
Yeah, there's a couple.
No. Look, the one that's in the temple. Whatever other child goddesses you think you know about, that's
It's only
only
the
the
one.
palace.
Okay, fair enough.
There's one that lives in that enormous fucking pyramid over there. Figure it out.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. And peace out. Hey, Eggs, you want to go
Alright,
check
yeah.
out?
Mhm. Can I
I,
just
back-
get a black glove service on your way there, or
What?
What's Black Glove service?
have messengers carry you there?
No. We're going elsewhere for now, but we might hit that place later.
Of course, yes. If you need anything,
Alright. I
you
shout
talk to
back...
Caller again.
Sure. I
What
shout
is it?
back thank you in Necrol at her.
She's not.
Ah,
Necro.
yeah. She says you're welcome in Necro.
Wait,
Yeah.
And wink.
do like undead have a sense of gratuity?
She's not undead.
Yeah.
I
Trick
feel-
question. There's no thank you.
Yeah,
in-
I was about to say. I feel like that would be the one word they probably wouldn't have a word for.
No, they have full politenesses in
Damn.
in Necro.
Yeah. I mean, if someone gives you a bunch of calcium, you gotta thank them.
Fair enough.
Do.
Yeah,
Alex?
do indeed. She,
Oh.
it was me.
Oh,
You
sorry.
dip. That was good.
I thought she was saying do, and then just stop. So yeah, let's go to the thrown bones.
No,
What? Oh.
we're going to the auger to save the troll.
Aw. we can do that. We can do that in 2 hours.
No, he's gonna be dead or something. Who knows?
He'll be fine.
He won't be.
We still need a scryer. All right, fine. Where's the scryer around
I
here?
I look around at the party and say, if I get kidnapped, anyone else, please save me. Someone take point.
Yeah. So the last place you were directed for actual like
Scrying.
normal magic, yeah, scrying
Was Targil.
is the magic circle in Tar Heel Promenade.
Okie doke. Let's head to Tar Heel Promenade then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Quick question: how much does a skeleton weigh?
35 pounds.
Yeah, it depends on the skeleton.
Okay.
Mhm.
What do you do with Drunken Taylor?
Taylor.
Taylor.
Mm.
Where the fuck is the section about the magic circle? Arcanist circle. That's it. They're not the magic circle. They're the Arcanist circle.
Incidentally, the game The Magic Circle, voiced by Rusty Venture, is still a game you and Haley should play.
Mm-hmm. So interestingly, it's back to the Wheel Unbroken, which is the center of the Arcanist circle.
I get it. The wheel unbroken, and it's in the center of the circle.
Yes.
What a meme.
So you find yourself back where Vig just bought her battle axe earlier, and you're like, "Hey, we just thought of something else we need here." And they're like, "Oh yeah, let me get you a diviner for you." Yeah. Now, what is it? What is it that you want to see? And this elderly gentleman steps out and is like, "I see all."
Yeah, we were gonna see if we could try peeking on a tall troll named Augusteel.
Augusteel.
Okay, I need a personal item.
Forget something? I think we forgot to get something, right?
Yeah,
We can give you a prophecy he told.
Well,
Hmm.
I don't think that's really physical.
So what? You just have a name
Yep.
and a race?
Yep.
We can get something. Could like a bed sheet.
Okay, well, alright. So you can either give me the world's best description of this guy, you can give me a personal item,
Yeah.
or I can pull him from your memory.
yeah.
I mean,
Anything that like his blood got on or anything?
Did he hand us like a dagger when he did the prophecy or anything like that?
No.
You didn't take his dagger and cut yourself open?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
surely you've seen Brother Augusteel. He's renowned in Downmarket.
Never heard of him, not my business.
Okay.
All right.
We'll be back in an hour.
Yeah, you didn't want to go for the memory link thing?
No.
I didn't figure.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could so here's one slightly nicer thing. I can memory link 3 ways with you and an advocate for you. A lawyer, if you will.
It's like half an hour there, half an hour
Advocate for
back.
the augury.
I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, we'll wait.
We can send for a messenger. Wait, can you scry his blanket for us?
Yeah, scry the blanket to scry him.
Yeah.
The blanket
we
is
know where the blanket is. Just scry in the temple.
Yeah. Oh, my mom always said no secondhand scrying.
All right.
Okay. Well, come back when you're
Not
when
done
you have an
that.
item, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
All right.
come back.
So
And we go to the trolls and we grab his like bed sheets or something.
Anything that belonged to him that I didn't care about with their
Yeah.
permission,
uh-huh.
and then we go back.
Yeah, he pretty quickly provides you like, yep, this is, his soup bowl. He loved his soup bowl.
What?
This is only his soup bowl. I don't know why it was personal to him, but it was.
Highly
Look, no one picks the things they're known for, okay?
Alright, fair enough. We'll be sure to return it. Or not, depending on whether or not you even care. Cool.
Yep. And like another hour later, you're back in Ancarte.
And then we...
Or not Ancarte.
No, we do want to go to Ancarte because it's been 2 hours now, probably.
Oh yeah, it's been 2 hours and, yep. The other kind of diviner is there. And you're like, hey, you there. And he's like, I heard I had a client.
Yes.
Excellent. So, I hear you have something you wish me to reassociate.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I point to Danny and be like, she's got something.
And I produce the box and I slide it over. I assume that
I can sense that there is a deeply personal item within here.
well, to someone.
What would you like to know about it?
Who and why?
Would you like to speak with the owner?
Is that extra? Probably extra.
No, that's surprisingly cheap.
All right, that's cheap. Let's go.
For a gold, like one gold per minute.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then
Also,
I will summon the nether realms, and we will speak with the souls of the damned. And the lights go out, and suddenly,
are we just on the shop floor, or is there like a room?
yeah, we're on the shop floor here.
Well, that's okay.
I was like, oh, should I not? And suddenly the lights are back on. You want a private room?
Do you summon the souls of the damned for a sec? 1 second.
Yeah, damned be the damn. I want my room.
Of course. So it's
Shit. What's there's a Terry Pratchett quote. Hang on, go ahead. Let me find it.
like, hey Alice, can we use the conference room? Is that okay? Yes. Okay, into the conference room of the dead.
I love it.
I love it.
This all sounds like it's straight from Venture Brothers.
It's meant to be.
Yeah, I know.
Hello, Dr. Orpheus.
All right. So meanwhile, in the conference room with the crystal ball in the middle of the table and the, stone Egyptian stylings, a lot of high quality brass work in here. You just, now that you're sitting down, you kind of appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
And then the lights go out. And the hand rises from the box, and suddenly it's attached to a fully formed ghost who is standing on top of the table, bare-ass naked, covered in a multitude of cuts, with a ring of blood surrounding his now the very real severed hand as it attaches to the ghostly form without it. Why have you summoned me?
Well, hi there. I'm Danny. Nice to meet you. Don't know quite where you ended up on the other side, but hope everything's going okay over there. Who might you be?
My name is Roderick, and
Hey.
I lived in Magnamar.
Okay.
But Magnamar was destroyed.
No, stop. Magmar's fine.
Messing with you.
Everything's lovely. It's a bit chilly this time of year, but that's okay. What was the last thing that you remember? Sort of on this side.
I remember taking a trip to Upriver. Where did I go?
Was it Karmaga?
Yeah, it was Karmaga. Yeah.
Lovely city. Okay, that's a good choice. Good destination.
Mm. It was to sell something that I knew.
Cabbages.
What did I know? It was hidden knowledge, something I wasn't supposed to have.
Okay.
It was funds, ledgers, secret ledgers from the
Tower Girls?
No, from a guild, the Night Scales. I worked for the Night Scales. I worked for the Night Scales, you fools.
What are the night scales?
I recognize that name.
We were one of the most prestigious guilds in all of Magnamar. We ran Beacon's Point.
Okay. Oh no, Beacon's Point. Oh, the ashes. No, that's fine. We're messing with you. It's some worldly humor. Okay. Does the name shoot, what's her name? No, what's her name?
Natalia Van Tastrican.
No, well maybe.
Yeah.
No, but that wasn't the girl the last tower girl.
Oh, right.
Shit, I didn't write her down her name.
Yeah, her.
Carrie? Fuck. Do you know that person whose name I remember but don't?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't know her name. No, I was involved in a plot to funnel money from the Commerce League. No, to the Commerce League. Yes, from the Night Scales to the Commerce League in Karamaga. Those... Yes. The Night Scales, losers.
Okay. And do you sort of...
Those guys are winners. I was
Yeah.
throwing in my lot with them. That's what I get. I was an accountant.
Oh. That's less glamorous. And sort of, how did you... This might be a sort of subject, but it is the one that's at hand. How did you die?
At hand.
You remember that? Also, you're dead. I don't know if you know that.
Death.
Whatever.
Sorry, what?
I was tortured to death
Oh, that's not great.
by... who is this? By the guildmaster of the Night Scales personally. His name is Theron Rakis. And I would seek my revenge on him if I could.
Okay. Is there anything else that we can sort of do for you on this side of the
Seek
Tell us
revenge.
who we
The
can
world
avenge, how
line.
we can avenge you.
revenge, or sort of like,
What?
tell your loved ones what happened, or
I died valiantly, and now I live in, without giving a word to that bastard.
okay.
Now I have made my way to, where does dying valiantly Valhalla?
Yeah.
An
It's called
accountant would...
Elysium. And therefore I've been given a place in Elysium. Not a glorious place, but a place.
Sure. Okay. So not too bad of a shindig.
Nope, there's worse ways to die, or worse ways to,
Yeah, it's like
worse ways
reside
to
in.
enter the afterlife.
Yeah. It's true.
Fair enough.
All right.
Cool. Is there, besides Theron, did you want us to get revenge on anyone else? What your hand was given to us and meant to send a message to someone. Who would that be sending a message to?
Oh, certainly to the Commerce League here in this is Karmaga, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, is to send a message to the Commerce League.
Do you, as the owner of that hand, want us to send the message to the Commerce League?
It's either my hand or someone else's hand that'll end up sending a message.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay.
I'm relatively unattached.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, it's just a hand.
Okay. Sorry to disturb your Elysium party or whatever you do up there. What do you do up there?
In Elysium? Oh, we mostly party. Lots of fields of green grass and surprisingly lawful. Not wild about that, but
I mean, you are an accountant, right?
oh, maybe that explains. He kind of trails off. But I was an evil accountant.
All right. Thanks for your time, Mr. Roderick.
Roderick.
What's your last name, Roderick?
Cove.
Roderick Cove?
Yes.
Okay.
No relation.
Stupid.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
I'm literally bound here until you dismiss me.
Yeah, when we dismiss him.
Okay.
And
Or
then
you?
right before he goes, he starts to tell us about the treasure, but then poof.
I'm like, oh, you didn't steal my secret treasure, did you? Poof.
Okay. Cool,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah. So the
I
dude
talked to the guy who was channeling that. Hey,
Yeah.
do you know where we can find the Commerce League?
The Commerce League. Okay, yeah. The Commerce League is everywhere in the whole city.
Hey,
they're
are you part of the
extremely
Commerce
popular.
League?
Wait, what?
Are you part of the Commerce League?
No.
Oh, because you could have saved us a step here by just relaying that information, I guess.
Oh, yeah, no. I will tell you that the head is named Dakar.
Okay.
Not Theron.
Yeah, I thought Theron Rakis was the head of the Night. No, he's
No,
head of the
that's
Night Scales.
Goldmine.
Never mind. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dakar.
Yeah, the Commerce League ensures that everyone has free trade in the city. It's their job to go around and make sure that people are being fair and that no one is being anti-competitive.
Okay.
If everyone's constantly backbiting and undercutting each other all the time, there's a point where goods are sold at cost and no one can survive anymore. So it's their job to ensure, competition.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. How much
Thank
was
you.
that?
Well, 5 gold.
Okay, I'll pay it.
All right. I think that's all we wanted from him. Should we just leave the hand with him?
Um.
I mean,
I could find a use for that. Yeah, we do
No.
things.
It's the.
actually, we could use magical hand for that. Yeah.
No.
That is a spell
No.
component.
We should give it to Darren or
Oh,
something.
yeah, you're right. We should give it to Dakar.
The car.
All right.
All right. Cool.
All right. Thank you. And we leave.
Okay. Bye.
And
Okay,
then we
bye.
go back to Tar Heel Promenade.
Yay.
Alright, back in Target
so-
Promenade.
Ethan, personally, I'm gonna have to dip out a little bit early. Sorry about this. But I
That's
made
fine.
arrangements to have dinner tonight. So,
Yeah, we can end early.
well, what I was gonna say is, don't mind me leaving. But, keep on going if we're still trucking, which it seems like, And we could end here, but no, if you want to do one more scene without
Well,
me, that's
Alex and
absolutely
Haley haven't spoken in 30 minutes, so
I'm here.
true.
it's true.
We're
Well,
just,
and
the whole, like,
maybe
necromancer thing.
me being gone will.
Well,
Allow-
Alex being silent in the presence of a ghost actually makes sense.
That does make sense. Oh my god.
Fucking true.
You-
Okay.
Not into the ghost thing, then. But I don't want to rain on your parade.
Is that a ghost or just like a spirit? I
It's
feel like
ghost adjacent, so like,
Mm.
you
Ghost
know,
Jason.
Ghost
Yeah,
Jason. Did you even know that he died? What a terrible summoner you are.
Oh my god! If every time Jason died, his ghost, like, give me so many Jason ghosts. Love it.
Oh my gosh.
Just start collecting them.
Yeah.
Nah, he's good.
Nice.
I think if he dies on his plane, he'd die forever, I guess. But,
Jason, no.
yeah.
He has a family to look after.
Anyway, yeah, to Tar Heel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So on your way to Tar Heel, you pass like a whole bunch of those sort of Eastern fellows. And now that you're seeing a bunch of them, it occurs to you that they are chained together in pairs.
All of them?
Yeah, every time you see one of them, you see two of them, and they have a golden chain between each of their waists.
And who is this? Sorry, what type of people?
Like weird Easterners.
Okay.
They're like Northeasterners, but from further north.
Yeah,
Just
they're
weirder.
like a Middle Easterner changed to like a East Easterner. Picture related.
Why is one so much bigger than the other?
Good question. But they're kind of everywhere. They're not everywhere, but like pretty common in Ankarte.
Child Prince and Samurai.
I mean, that's what it looks like the way you're seeing it, but they come in different sizes and shapes and sexes and but always chained together.
Do they look unhappy about it?
Nope, they seem busy.
Okay.
All right. How many are there? They're like everywhere?
Yeah, they're kind of all over Ankarte and the rest of the city as well, but less.
Does the chain look like real gold?
It looks like heavily ironed gold. More gold for style than for substance.
Gotcha. All right.
Word. All right, we continue on to whatever the fuck we were actually doing. What were we doing? Oh, scrying. Yeah, we got the
Scrying.
bowl. We continue on to the scryers.
All right. Show back at the Scryer with a soup bowl.
Very important.
Scryer is still hanging out, talking across the counter to the usual proprietor. Usual proprietor taps him, turn around. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're back. Have you brought the personal item?
Yes, we have. And
Good.
hand over the soup bowl.
All right, so you would like to know where the owner is.
Yes.
Please and
Okay.
thank you.
Yep. All right, I see. Yes, there's an inner room in a building in Biss, high on the cliffs. It looks to be one of the Ardocks. I see mechanoids. I see traps.
Ooh.
It's the Hanging Manse. Okay, the Hanging Manse.
Do you see the man? Is he still, or the troll? Is he still alive?
Oh yes, very much so. he appears to be strapped to something mechanical. He has tubes in him. I sense great suffering. Yes, you should hurry. This
Okay.
sounds like a rescue.
But he is a troll, right? So even if he's suffering, he'll be fine, right?
Yeah, but you know, suffering.
Fair, fair. All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much. How much will your services be?
80 gold.
All right, I pay 80 gold.
Well, while we've got him there and he's focused on it, can we see anything else interesting about the room or you know,
Yeah.
where he's being kept?
I try to get specific directions
Guard.
so that I can teleport if needed be.
Yes. It looks like he's in a lab deep underground in a hanging under the hanging manse. There's an elevator shaft not too far. And strange half creatures,
Like,
Are they
construct?
mechanoids or
like
Aberrations?
altered humans.
Oh no.
more aberrations?
Love it.
All
Doesn't
right.
sound great.
It'll be fun.
He's hanging from some struts under an entire wall of a workshop with many spikes driven through his wrists and ankles.
All right. Do you see any way to get there from the surface besides going through the hanging manse?
Looks like going through the hanging manse, unless... I mean, I could teleport there if I could teleport.
Okay. Yeah. I make sure I have very explicit directions on how to teleport there, and then I'll log that away for later.
I thought you were gonna be like,
Yes.
and then I just fucking do it.
And then he proceeds to
Okay.
describe the exact room in great detail.
Okay. Awesome.
How many teleports do you get a day?
Like 3, I think.
All right.
How many people can you take with you on each teleport?
Right now I can take 3 medium-sized creatures.
What size is a troll?
What?
What size is a troll?
Large.
How many large sized creatures?
I don't know. I'll have to look that up later.
Obviously, we're not going to do this without
Yeah.
Ethan actually.
Oh,
playing.
obviously.
Right. Okie doke.
I'm just trying to get
Cool. I pay him actually another 20 gold for his discretion.
Oh, yeah, of course. Discretion is
Tell
always
no one.
implied in,
Yes.
you know.
But
I
I
agree.
want to make extra sure. So that he doesn't,
Of course.
you know, go tell the Ardok family.
Must be kept secret.
secrets.
Well, that certainly doesn't sound legal or allowed.
Everything's legal.
Well,
Well, nothing.
certainly doesn't sound like a good thing that he has a troll in his...
Dungeon.
Yeah.
There's a
Dungeon.
troll in the dungeon.
Nice. Okay.
Are you level 10, Aaron?
Level 10?
Yeah.
I think I'm 9.
And how the fuck do you have teleport?
I have Dimension Door.
Oh, that's not the same thing.
No, it's not.
I have to look how that works.
So, do you want to give us like 15,330 experience whenever this whole thing is done?
Yeah, like quest completion. Dink.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh,
A large creature counts as 2 medium creatures, so it would be 1 large creature and 1 medium creature. To answer your question, Alex.
Okay, cool.
Interesting. But yeah, that probably is a good spot to stop for the night
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not super up.
Just sort of getting back into the swing
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
And you're concerned I will actually just teleport in there.
Well, I'm also not convinced that that actually works.
Okay, fair enough.
You transfer yourself from your current location to any other spot within 400 feet.
The range is actually 760 feet.
Okay.
So if we were to like hang in the gardens, just teleport down.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, if you can get within 750 feet of it,
Yes.
then you can arrive at the correct spot.
Exactly.
We don't know how far down it is. Although I don't imagine it would be 76 stories down.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's hoping.
So here's hoping. We also don't know if they did any like sideways tunneling either, and if they did tunnel down into like the underground.
Right.
We don't know if it's like there's a drop.
Yep. True. 760
don't-
feet is a lot, but it's not everything.
It
It
didn't take
could
into
definitely
account
go
other
wrong. We
options.
could definitely get shunted somewhere else, but worst case scenario, we get shunted and take like some damage.
What if you get shunted into like ground?
Then you get shunted again.
Ah,
And you get shunted as many times as it takes for you to get somewhere where you won't be shunted.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I
is,
see.
I think, like maximum 10d6 damage you can take from it.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's
That's
Yeah.
more than my max health.
like I said,
Well, that's
maximum.
Like,
Potentially more than my max health.
I think that's like if I get off by like 10,000 feet, though.
so don't fuck up that hard.
No, yeah, here we go. If there's no free space within 1,000 feet, you and each creature traveling with you takes 4d6 points of damage, and the spell simply fails. Okay. Yeah, so it's
4d6 I can
2d6, and we're shunted if there's a free space within 1,000 feet. If there's no free space within 1,000 feet of wherever the fuck I said we're going, we just take 4d6 points of damage, and then we're like, all right, let's rest for the night.
What if it like? Can you be shunted underwater?
I guess underwater is free space, yeah.
Ooh.
That would be non-ideal, given that
I think that
little
one's up
lake
to,
that I see right there, lots of water running around.
I think that one's up to the DM's discretion whether or not, water counts as free
Water
space.
counts as free.
Yeah.
Probably.
And we have, 10 minutes of oxygen in our bags of holding?
That's true. Just shove it on your head.
Yeah.
Head inside bag of holding, just going up, upside down.
Yep.
What does a bag of holding filled with air float? I
No.
don't think it does.
I don't think so.
No.
Also, then
You
you'd
can
have to
put
worry
your head
about
in it and kick
bends.
upwards.
Sure, yeah.
But you could definitely put your head in it and kick upwards, yeah.
Or just put your head in, take a breath, swim, and do that for an extended period, which I assume would extend that 10 minutes out a fair amount.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or not really, because you're
Still
developing
using the same
oxygen
amount of
debt when your
oxygen.
head's not in it. So-
Okay. Okay.
and then when you put your head back in, you're gonna be like,
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but then you
Well,
can't.
no. You inhale with the bag held to your mouth, exhale in the water while you're swimming, and then repeat.
Then you keep from diluting your oxygen in your bag too. Although you only use you don't use 100% of the oxygen in your lungs, right? So what's that trade-off? Like, what is
it's
the
already
oxygen density
pre-calculated
in the
in
exhale?
that there's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What?
It's kind of
it's-
pre-calculated in that there's 10 minutes.
It's 10 minutes.
I'm sorry, everybody broke up. I didn't hear.
10
Oh,
minutes.
it's kind of pre-calculated into like the. You don't have to do the calculus for gas exchanges in a mixture model. You like it's pre-calculated for you.
Okay. Well, it's still, I don't want to be accidentally teleported into underground reservoirs at Aaron, so just make sure if you can, let's not do that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because also, I don't think everybody doesn't have a bag of holding, right? Or do they?
I do not.
Haley does not know.
I can just carry all my shit. It's fine.
Honestly,
I
with
can
both
carry like so little.
with Bofer's con score, like I probably don't even need to take a breath. What's it? It's like
I mean,
10
we watched
rounds.
there.
It's like 10 rounds per point of Constitution you have, right? For holding your breath,
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure.
and something like that. Which means if that's the case, that's 180 rounds.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of your total, not of your mod.
Yeah, of your total, not your modifier.
Okay, so the actual
That makes
description
sense.
is there's a building on the Hanging Manse, and there are 2 stories below it, and he is in the 3rd story down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's definitely doable then.
Yeah, so like there's basement and there's basement 2, and he's in basement 2.
Okay.
Yeah, you could teleport, especially with that description.
Yeah. All right. Good to know.
Yay
I
for
don't see
going
a reason why he
around
wouldn't be able to do that.
Planned plot.
By what?
I don't see a reason why he wouldn't be able to do it.
Okay. We'll consider doing it. I'm still not 100% on it because, you know, realistically speaking, if it's anything like the last couple places we've been, that might be like a full level's worth of experience we're missing out on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 23 labeled rooms, but
Yikes.
most of them look pretty skippable. Like, I'm looking at this whole chapter in the adventure, and I'm just like, what would he miss if he just teleported? Some pretty clever traps.
I do love traps. I have whole things for traps, guys. We never even come across them.
Some obvious Homestuck insert NPCs.
Are they gray-skinned tieflings with orange horns?
And cat stripes and
Nice.
names like Kania.
Well, great. Now he's going to refuse to teleport.
Yep.
Ooh. There you go. Cool stuff.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
I'm glad to be playing again. Makes it feel like
Yes.
normal.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit! It actually. Oh god damn it! It actually describes getting the bends in the underwater
I was
hazard
gonna
section.
say, like,
Oh,
that'd be a problem.
A character that rises more than 100 feet in a minute will take 1d4 con damage per each additional 100 feet traveled in that minute.
oof.
Well, okay, that's pretty fast.
That's a lot of con damage though.
It is, but we don't have. I don't imagine our just regular swimming would be.
100 feet in a
100
minute.
feet a minute.
Base swim
That's
speed's
what?
like
That's
20.
10,
Base swim speed I think is 20 feet per round.
10 rounds. Oh yeah, and then 10 rounds is a minute, which
Yeah.
would be like 200 feet.
Yeah.
Do you think any of our characters would be aware of the bends? Because
I wonder if Vigdis is.
Victus
I mean,
might.
like this, she would be the one who would be aware of it with the sailing.
I feel like
Yeah.
Bofer and Jason would have a
Fish that came up real bloated once.
what?
Saw a fish came up real bloated once with his lungs hanging out its or not lungs, but his like stomach hanging out his mouth.
A fish?
I think Jason would have the most knowledge.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, but would
you know, like,
aquatic
how would
characters
you-
have something that prevents that from being a thing for them?
Yeah, but if anything, Jason uses it to harm its prey. Ja-
Fair.
Fair enough.
Jason probably just like drags things up 2,000 feet just to kill them.
Do regular, real,
Does
like,
Jason
fish
get
and
the
shit
bends?
get the bends?
I have no
Like, if
idea.
you took a sperm whale and, like, shot it upwards, would it get the bends?
According to the Underhouse,
Sperm whales are doing something very clever where they take breaths at the surface and then they're muscularly compressing their lungs with the gases to maintain standard temperature and pressure inside their lungs.
Yeah, so,
Sperm
like,
whales
if
are
Jason has
very
something like
fucking-
that,
oh, it actually
Would
says
he-
while within the range of depth tolerance, a creature does not have to worry about this effect. What's our depth tolerance? That's probably
Mm.
somewhere else on this page. Nope. It's only referenced right there.
well, I
Yeah,
guess
it's-
we'll find out if we ever
Yep.
Yeah,
get
fair
stuck
enough.
underwater.
Time to science.
Mhm.
We do love doing that. The science and the math of things that really we shouldn't even bother calculating
Oh,
to make our lives more difficult.
plants, constructs, and undead are immune to the bends. Everything else, I guess, is not.
What about elementals?
I guess not. I guess they still suffer the effects.
I refuse to believe a water elemental.
Well,
Oh,
hold
water
on.
elemental
Those are
doesn't breathe.
constructs, right? I think.
Are they?
I think.
Outsiders, I think.
I think they're constructs. Like an earth elemental is definitely a construct, right?
I
Pull
don't
up
think
the
that's right
constructs
at all.
page.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm looking it up right now. No, they're outsiders.
Okay, yeah. Apparently water elementals suffer from the bends. As long as it's within range of depth tolerance. So, like, you know, whatever the depth tolerance of a water elemental is.
Yeah, I think those are rules for, animals.
Yeah, probably.
Because I can't imagine a glass golem gives a fuck.
It's got to be something that breathes and has oxygen in its
Right.
lungs.
Right.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
It's also got to be something with a
So I'm,
bloodstream.
like, still like kicking out, or like cutting out.
No, we just
Hmm.
stopped talking right there.
What?
We just stopped talking right there.
And we thought really hard about how the bends works.
Yeah, it works with air bubbles occurring in the bloodstream, so it obviously can't happen if you don't have a bloodstream.
Also
Bloodstream and what? Can't what stream?
It occurs from air bubbles occurring in the bloodstream.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
So undead are probably immune as well.
Yes,
Well,
it,
yeah.
it, it
'cause
did say
even if it's still
did
happening,
say
they
undead.
wouldn't
It
care.
did say undead specifically.
it said undead constructs and plants.
Mm-hmm.
Is Jason a plant?
Maybe.
I'm
Jason's a
intrigued if there's ever been like experiments. I'm sure there has of like doing a rapid decompression of plants and what happens.
Yes, I actually spoke to a researcher who was interested in wood-boring clams and genetic diversity at extreme depths. And so the thing they would do is to tie a piece of wood onto a rock and very carefully mark the location and drop them off in super deep parts of the ocean.
You guys should
And then
watch
she
Made in
would-
Abyss. This is like the plot to Made in Abyss.
Oh.
But continue, sorry.
Anyway, what she would do is then, mark it with buoys and, like, let a hook down, like a couple thousand feet. And then go pick up the piece of wood and see what wood-boring clams had gotten in there, and then she was going to sequence them. But she said the very first time that they did this, the piece of wood they took down with them came up right to the surface, and then the second they got it onto the surface, and the diver was, retrieving it, the log or the treated 2x4s or 4x4s are what they'd been sending down.
Mm-hmm.
The treated 4x4 exploded in the hands of the diver, like the second it was brought above the water line.
Yikes.
It's like there were just wood shards everywhere.
Huh. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said that apparently pressure treated 4x4s hold together through the whole thing until the second you take them out of the water and into the air, at which point they grenade.
Yeah,
Well, that's a fun little trap.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Was
That's
there shrapnel type
like-
damage to the person who picked it up?
I can only assume. She seemed real broken up about it telling the story.
In
But-
a haha funny way, or
Mostly amused that it happened, but also a little bit like, and I'm really sorry that my grad student got shrapnelled.
oh,
that's
Interesting.
really interesting.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's basically the plot of Made in Abyss. If you guys want to talk about pressure experiments, that's
Is this
it's
a
a,
movie or
it's a
what is?
12-episode anime.
Hmm.
There's more to come out though. It's not done yet.
All right.
It's definitely interesting in that regard. But yeah,
There
let,
we go.
let me stop streaming because
You're still streaming?
yeah.